All right, there we go. Share. Boom. All right, yay. Okay, guys, guess what? Guess what? We're now streaming on Twitch and Tube. Yay, awesome. Thank you all so very much for being here tonight because as you all know, you could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me and I appreciate you. So thank you so very much. Now, with that being said, guys, I want you to do all of the good things while you are here. Let's keep tapping that screen. Let's keep sharing the live. Make sure we're reposting it. Also, let's go ahead and knock out these gift goals because, again, doing so, it shows TikTok that you want to be here, and that's what TikTok cares about, engagement. Also, if you are watching on the Twitch and also on the Tube, be sure to make sure that you are liking the stream. Make sure you're clicking that thumbs up button. Also, guys, if you'd like to support me, support the live, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9 at gmail.com. Whoa, what is that, Shauna? What's that? What is that? That was cool. You rolled out the red carpet? Oh, that was so cute. Thank you so much, Shauna. That was super cute. Okay, so guys, let's keep doing all of the good things here, all of the good things. And let me fix my thing. There we go. Okay, good. We got it. All right. Also, if you are watching on the Tube and you are a Trump supporter, all right, I'm going to be mentioning this all night. We do have a call-in line. The number is 347-280-3447. Again, that is 347-280-3447. All right. And guys, only looking for Trump supporters, only looking for Trump supporters. All right. So if you are a friendly, please no request. Please no request up at this time. Thank you so very much. All right. I appreciate y'all, but keep doing all of the good things, guys. Keep doing all of the good things. All right. Let's see here. I don't think that person's going to load. There we go. I don't think that person is either. Maybe I should take that box off. Maybe that'll help. Anywho, yeah, it's not likely. Yeah, they kind of actually. Yeah, Trump supporters are absolutely afraid. I mean, why would you want to come up and actually defend Donald Trump? Think about it. Think about it. Why would you want to? Why would you want to? It make you look pretty bad. It would make you look absolutely terrible because all things considered, that man's definitely in the fouls. He's definitely in the fouls. Grocery prices are definitely higher because if they weren't higher, he wouldn't be taking off his tariffs on certain products so that they can bring them down because he listened. Like Trump did something that he hadn't done in years. He listened to the American people. Exit polls from the off-cycle elections last Tuesday, not this past Tuesday, but the Tuesday before, showed that Americans were really frustrated and concerned with the economy. And one of the things that they mentioned is that, you know, higher higher grocery prices. All right. And just like we all told them, hey, tariffs are inflationary. These tariffs are going to cause prices to go up. So there's that. So with that being said, here we are, and Donald Trump has to taco again. He has to taco. And with him having a taco, all right, hopefully within the next month or so, you'll start to see like maybe your cup of coffee, the price of that go down. Your fruit maybe not cost as much. So there's that. But, you know, I mean, because all I have to say is like, we're in this shit all because you didn't want that lady, because guess what? Kamala would never. How does Hector say it? I think I have a sound for that. Hold on.
Kamala would never.
There you go. There you go. Kamala would never. So there's that. But like, cause come on, guys. And also, I just saw this over on the Tube. Thank you so much, Jonna, for being a 2-month member over on the Tube. Yes, 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 love. 2 months watching strong. Thank you so much, Jonna. I appreciate you, love. Drop some hearts in the chat for Jonna. All right, awesome. Also, shout out to Mr. Nipples. I fucks with that name. Mr. Nipples sent a $9.99 super chat saying Trump took Clinton out to dinner. After they were done, the waiter asked how would they pay. Trump said, "Bill me later." Chuckles. That's funny. Thank you so very much, Mr. Nipples, for that super chat. I appreciate you. Drop some hearts in the chat, y'all. Drop those hearts in the chat. All right. And if you are a Trump supporter, all right, stop whining in my comment section, okay? Stop doing that. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm going to need you to go ahead and grow a pair, borrow a pair even. It's up to you how you want to go about doing it, but get in the box. Because if my mods see you yapping in the comments, what's going to happen is they'll send you a request. All right, and if you don't accept that request, you're going to learn that you can yap from outside of the club. So that's your safe space. That's your safe space. All right. And it's like somebody is like begging me to darn go and talk about the files. We talk about the files like all of the time. Like, what don't you know about the files? That's what I want this person to tell me. Like, what don't you know about them? Please tell us. Please, please, please. I beg. What don't you know about the files that we need to go over? Do. Boom. Brett, why would you still support him? Get in the box and tell us why. Look at Brett. Brett, I sent you a request. I sent you a request, Brett. You about to learn that lesson, aren't you? Yeah. Brett's about to learn the lesson of the year. It's crazy. Yep. I think Brett is learning a lesson. Brett just learned that he gets to yap from outside of the club. Ain't that something? That's crazy how that works. That is wicked. That is so wicked. It's loud there. Hi, it's Balashi. How do you say your name?
There you go. You got it right.
It's Balashi? Okay, great. All right. And you're a Trump supporter?
Of course.
Okay. All right. So why do you still support Trump?
Well, what's the alternative?
What do you mean? What's the alternative? We had an alternative a year ago.
So that would be Kamala.
Hold on. One moment. We have an echo. One moment. Okay. So I want you to do this for me. All right. I want you to focus on the present. All right. Asking what's the alternative.
Don't ask me a bunch. Don't ask me a bunch of like get me fucking.
You don't have to get so riled up. Like, calm. It's okay. No one's yelling at you. No one's cursing at you or anything of that nature. You don't have to do any of that. Let's like be easy. So what I was saying was, let's focus on the now. All right. And so my question to you is, why do you still support Trump? Are you able to name a policy that you support, any actions that he's taking? Like, why do you still support?
Well, let's start with the border. Let's start with the stocks. Let's start with, I mean, where you want to go?
You want to talk about the border? We can talk about the border.
Please do.
Okay, you're the one that supports Trump, and you're just saying the border. So that's
okay. So
border.
Okay, let's look at border crossings between by the time when he was president in the last 8-9 months, and let's look at the crossings. Has that diminished or has it increased? You tell me.
Border crossing started to go down in June of 2024. You know that though, don't you?
No, that's bullshit, because I would love you to bring a source and show the source from a DOD website. Please do.
Oh, so you want to dictate the source also, not just a source, but also
no, from a government. No, from
I just want to make sure.
You mean from the government? From the government?
No,
yeah.
You just said the DOD.
You mean not from CNN?
The Department of Defense also doesn't.
Okay, GOV is what I meant. So bring it from a government source.
Did you want to say DHS? I just want to make sure. I want to make sure that I'm giving you what it is that you're looking for. That's all.
Okay, but please, bring it on the big screen. Prove me wrong.
And also, no, I don't ever use the big screen, so don't worry about it. So let's see here. All right. And also another thing, sir, is that you don't actually get to make demands here, but it is
okay. So now that I know that you're going to mute me, now that I know you're going to mute me, I'm not going to give you the pleasure. I'm not going to give you the pleasure.
Fuck off. It's just that you don't get to make demands here.
Fuck off.
Like this is how you talk to people. This is how you talk to people. My mod muted you, but this is how you talk to people. Like, you're strange.
Yeah, it's strange
Yeah,
because you're
yeah,
fake,
you're super strange,
fake.
like super
Keep losing,
weird.
keep losing,
Okay,
keep
all right.
losing.
Are you gonna run now?
We love it. We
Is that
love
what
it,
you're
dude.
gonna do? I think you
We
are.
love it. We love it.
Yeah.
We love it.
Mm-hmm.
We love it, dude. You have a good
Yeah.
night. Keep
Hey,
losing.
I'm gonna need you to calm down, sir. You're very,
No,
very
no, no. We're done.
you're
No, no,
hyper.
no. But no, no, no. Before you can mute me again.
All right.
Fuck off.
Yeah, that'll be my mod. So here we go. So, oh no, not the skedaddle. Not the skedaddle. Look at him. He's probably trying to do the thing and for no reason. Not the skedaddle, guys. Hey, I know you can hear me. You're gonna have to turn your phone off and on if you're trying to run. But anywho, guys, so what happened is early June of 2024, June 4th to be exact, President Biden signed a proclamation on securing the border. That's literally what it was called. All right. It was just a presidential proclamation. And what Biden did, because Title 42 was rejected in the courts the previous year. And that's when we started to see the influx in asylum seekers crossing the border. And so what they did was they changed the asylum requirements. So instead of just a reasonable fear and oh no, he skedaddle. No, no.
They went skedaddle. You know the word skedaddle? It means skedaddle. Somebody said skedaddle.
That was a fucking crash out. Why did he crash out so hard, y'all? That was weird. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. That was weird. It did. It took him a long time to leave. I told him to turn his phone off and on. I guess he finally did it. I don't know. But yeah, so Biden signed this proclamation, and what he did was basically he changed it. We have a call in number. There we go. All right. Hello? Hello? Oh, wait. Hold on one moment. I'm going to have to use the fancy one. Doesn't work, y'all. Okay. All right. Hello?
How's it going?
Hi, it's going well. Are you a Trump supporter?
I am
Okay. And your name, please?
Brian.
Brian? Okay. All right. And just for TikTok purposes, how old are you, Brian?
I'm 38.
38? Okay. All right. So why do you still support Trump?
Well, I mean, I'm a conservative. I believe in conservative policies, and I think he's fighting against a kind of cultural backlash that's happened on the left, and I think he's an antidote to it. I didn't vote for him initially in his first time around, but I did vote for him the second time around because he actually did act like a conservative in his appointments to specifically the judicial appointments. And I think, focusing on national security, the gentleman before, I think, was talking about the border. I think it's helpful to create a border that's non-porous, and I think he's helped that. I think when the Democrats allow folks to come across the border, it does affect the congressional seating because the census is based on the population, and the seat appointment of the House of Representatives is based on the population. So I think by bringing in people that might align with you politically, knowingly, and letting them cross the border, I believe that's treasonous. And I think Trump is an antidote to that.
Really? You said a lot. I want to be able to address the majority of what was just said here. So here's the thing. You mentioned that you have conservative values. I like to explore that since you said that's why you support Donald Trump. All right. So would you do me a favor and like list like two of those conservative values that you believe that Donald Trump represents or exhibits, however you want to put it?
Well, I think by removing laws, he had this one policy that I thought was really clever, where if you're going to add a regulation, you need to remove two other regulations. I think by that, it's just a principle, and I think it's a clever principle. He does
What
push for
does
smaller.
Are you about to say smaller government?
Well, just that policy of removing laws, removing 2 laws
Uh-huh.
for every one that's added that's a conservative value, is it not?
No,
Cutting
actually,
regu-
I think deregulation definitely is something that conservatives do believe in because they attribute it to having smaller government. But you can't. I don't think that that's something that you can necessarily cherry pick when it comes to Donald Trump because Donald Trump does not believe in smaller government. Do you like for you, Brian? Do you think centralizing the like ultimate power, so basically plenary power to the seat of the president, the executive branch, is smaller government?
I don't think it's smaller or bigger. It's just a different style of the executive branch.
It would be more so like authoritarianism, which basically means that our Congress doesn't hold any power and neither do our courts. And so it
Yeah,
will
but
all be, do we want to
I would
have
agree
that?
that it's authoritative. There's a difference between authoritative and authoritarian.
What would you
And
call it then?
I would say it's more authoritative and more nationalist. He's very, law and order. I think he wants to.
Trump is not law and order. He's
Well,
only
I
he's
think
only law and order when it serves him.
if you were to compare the left and the right, I think the left is the side of bailing people out in riots, and the right is, they want to support the police. They want to lock people up for longer. Um,
Sir, no. I no. Um Mm, my gosh. Um, Not to be offensive or anything of that nature, I'm just making an observation. What it
yeah.
sounds like to me is that you, I don't know, you just like literally just support Trump because it sounds like he is against the same things that you're against because you mentioned the cultural thing earlier, and then you just said
Yeah.
that the left is for riots. You said that, but do we have to talk about January 6th because that was one of the biggest, not just a riot, but an insurrection, one of the biggest in our nation's history. I would put it only next to the Boston Tea Party. They smear poop
Mm.
on the Capitol's walls.
How
They
many people died?
I know one person unalived that day, and that would be that young lady. And then also a few officers passed away in the coming weeks and months due to the effects of it. So there's
Mm.
that. Did anyone die
So,
during the Boston Tea Party? Did anyone die?
I don't think so.
Okay, why did you ask that question? Right? Why did you ask it?
Well, because I think there's a definition of insurrection, and I think the video that I saw, and that a lot of Americans saw on that day, was people strolling through a
Strolling?
building that had velvet ropes lined up for them to be walking. And yes, obviously there's people, on a hand and doing the wrong thing, but
Sir, come on. Like, Brian, for real, let's be genuine here. They weren't strolling. Like, we saw the video of them breaking the windows at the Capitol building. We also saw them kicking down the doors in the Capitol building. We saw the pictures and the video of them smearing poop on the walls. We saw them flipping over Nancy Pelosi's desk, like in causing damage. They tried to break into the not the rotunda, but where they do the Congress hearings. And I'm sorry, the word is slipping my mind right now, but they tried to break into there but couldn't. Like our like they had to barricade themselves in this room. Why are we saying strolling? That's a bit disingenuous, don't you think? To say they were just strolling through because they weren't. They had firearms.
well, some weren't. I think some, to your point, some were, pushing open doors and throwing
Thank you, the
things
chamber.
and being destructive. But I think if you looked at the videos that I saw of people, I mean, there are videos of people literally strolling through, and they put up ropes, and
So
people were staying inside the ropes.
Okay, so at these so-called riots that you claim the Democrats support, were there also people there just strolling?
Some, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So no, they weren't strolling. All right. So just because you see some people walking at what you call a riot and what I'm calling an insurrection, all right, does not mean that a riot or insurrection did not happen. But what I can say is that on January 6th, all right, an insurrection did occur. And the BLM protest that you're talking about, because we know that's what you're talking about, all right, those weren't riots. Those were protests. Those were protests. The only agitators, come to find out, were people like the Boogaloo, the what is it, Boogaloo boys. I'm good for mispronouncing a word. So I mean,
Yeah, you're good.
there's that, and that's an alt-right group. So we have to, again, I like genuine conversation. I mean, if you want to defend the insurrection, you want to defend January 6th, by all means, that's your prerogative. But I'm not gonna. What you want me to do with that? What do you want me to do with that? Because that's,
Well, I mean, there's a legal standard for an insurrection, and if Trump had met that standard, then he would be
did.
tried for that.
He did meet that standard, though.
Well, how come they didn't try him for it?
He
then?
was actually impeached because of it. He was impeached because of it in the House. So the House did the impeachment, and it was sent to the Senate. And unfortunately, the Senate didn't do their job. Didn't do their job in convicting him, because that's what the Senate would be able to do: convict him and remove him from office. And yeah, so there's that. But he was impeached for causing for inciting I'm sorry, for inciting an insurrection.
But the DOJ found no evidence that Trump intended. I mean, that's the whole thing is that the intent to overthrow the government. And we're seeing now a lot of people were misled by seeing spliced videos of segments of his conversation, and to say that he planned an insurrection or coordinated an insurrection, I think that's disingenuous.
You said that the DOJ found that he didn't cause an insurrection?
Yeah, they did a study on it, I guess, and they found that there was no evidence. I mean, they would charge him for it. The Department of Justice would actually that's a crime. An insurrection is a crime, and he committed no crime.
That's not right. That's
It's
not
actually
right.
correct. I mean,
I like to hold on
is
one moment,
insurrection a
Brian.
crime or no?
Hold on one moment, Brian. Here's the thing.
Mhm.
What you're saying, that the Department of Justice found that he did not cause the insurrection, that's not true. So the case that you're talking about the Jack Smith case, right? Okay.
No. There was a the DOJ did charge Trump with like obstructing an official proceeding. They charged him with I think conspiracy to defraud the United States. But the thing is that these are process crimes. These are things that other presidents have done in the past. Like I think Kennedy tried doing it in Hawaii with a slate of electors. But there's precedent to this, and it was a peaceful thing. No one got hurt. No one died. No one on your
What?
side.
Ashley Babbitt literally unalived because she
Well,
charged at an
on the other
officer.
side.
What
Yeah,
are we
but
doing?
on the other side. So if government officials got killed, if police officers got killed,
Let's bring
if
it back.
people
Let's hold on one moment. Let's bring it back. I have to address what it is that you did say. So Brian, you said that he didn't cause the insurrection, and that's what the Department of Justice found. That's not right. All right. And this is the Jack Smith case, because there's only been 2 cases associated with the insurrection in regard on a in like government and a federal level. One was the impeachment, which he was impeached for incitement of insurrection in the House. And the other was the Jack Smith case, which never actually came to trial because of Donald Trump being elected president and having immunity. So what it is that if you want to provide, I'm giving you the case. I'm giving you the case. This is the Jack Smith case, or if you have something else, then you can definitely you can give me the source and I'll look into it. But I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm just gonna be honest. You're not right. That's wrong.
Well,
What
you
you're
and I
saying is
agree
wrong.
that you and I agree that I think that Trump did the wrong things that day. But where we disagree is that it was an insurrection. There's a legal standard for that. It's a coordinated plan. There's armed groups. I mean, if he brought armed militias, I mean, you can say that people there had guns or whatever, but there's a difference in kind here. There's a demonization happening of his intentions that it falls short of insurrection. And by saying it's an insurrection, you're demonizing half of the country that doesn't believe that way. There's the left talking about the right. They say that they're, you know, insurrectionists, that they're trying to overthrow the government. I think the right's just saying that the left is crazy. And I think that's a difference in kind. There's a demonization happening. And to say a man committed an insurrection when he did not is destructive. And no one, I mean, an insurrection, if people got shot, I get it, like one person. This is a country of 360 million people. I mean, you must think that the America is a weak, fragile, like little butterfly if you think a couple of people smearing shit on a wall is going to bring down the country.
No, I
And
think hanging up gallows for the vice president is definitely signs of an insurrection. I think storming and breaking
He
down
didn't do that.
windows, they did do that. And on our Capitol
didn't do that.
building, our Capitol, no, he didn't do it himself. All right. What
that's
I'm
important.
saying is that he incited them to do it by his comments, by his speech. But let's get back to something so we don't jump too
Did he
far
say,
around.
"Hey,
Let me do
everybody,
something really
let's
quick.
kill Mike
Hold
Pence"?
on, don't
No,
say that. You're on TikTok, buddy. Calm down. All right. You got to use TikTok
no,
friendly language.
incite.
Hey guys,
You said he
tap
incited. You
tap the
said
screen.
he
Hey,
incited people to do that.
Brian, hold on one
And
moment.
that's the wrong word.
Brian, hold on one moment. All right, guys, let's keep tapping that screen, sharing the live. Let's keep doing all of the good things, guys. All of the good things. All right, let's go ahead and knock out those high bears and let's get these likes up to 100,000 likes. The likes aren't moving for some reason, but let's go ahead and do that. Also, guys, if you'd like to support the live, links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. And if you're over on the tube, best way to support the live is via a super chat. So guys, let's keep doing all of the good things. Now, Brian, back to what you said, what you just said. Here's the thing. All right, Jack Smith, all right, he did not find that Donald Trump did not incite the insurrection. What he found was that there just wasn't, based off of the current laws at that time, all right, that there wasn't enough evidence based off of the laws because Trump didn't directly himself storm the Capitol. So that's what that was. So it
Or
wasn't.
incite other people to do that. I mean, the
Mm.
word is incite. And to say, "Hey, everybody, let's go up and let's break down the doors and go inside," that is incitement. So there is a legal standard for incitement that he did not meet. And to say that he incited, not only incited is wrong,
But
insurrection is wrong.
But here's the thing, all right? I'm telling you basically what Jack Smith decided on. It wasn't due to a lack of responsibility. It was literally because of the legal and the evidentiary hurdles that he anticipated proving the case at trial. So sometimes prosecutors will look at the actual circumstances and facts of the case and see if they are able to prove something without a reasonable doubt. And this hurdle right here, the incitement of the insurrection, Jack Smith decided not to go with that charge. So that's why we have that.
Doubt.
But to say that Donald Trump didn't tell those people to fight like hell, what does fight like hell mean to you? If someone tells you to fight like hell, what does that mean to you?
Work hard towards something.
To go forth, right? To go do it. They're inciting you to act, are they not? And in the context of what Donald Trump was talking about, what was he trying to do that day? Was he trying to see a peaceful transfer of power, or was he disputing the results of the election so he didn't want them to actually finish the count? And he didn't want Pence to approve the count.
I think both things are true. So I think he wanted to affect what was happening there, but he did say peacefully and patriotically. And I don't think he I think he went up to the line that he knew that there was, and he didn't cross that line. It's important. I think he scared a lot of people by walking up to that line, but he did not cross that line. And it's important to note that. And a fascist or a dictator or authoritarian would make those steps. And I think you got to give the guy a certain level of credit, even though he, probably should have conceded a lot sooner, and he put the country through a lot of shit through that whole process. It's his right to do it.
No.
And
No,
half the country thinks otherwise, and half the country thinks otherwise. And incitement to an insurrection, it's just a mischaracterization. I would call it like enabling riot, maybe enabling, but that's not a crime. It's just, a couple wackos in there with a hanging a noose and throwing shit. And I never heard about the shit thing until just now. I'm taking your word for it.
Yeah, you can Google it. They smeared the poop on the walls.
I believe you. I believe you. I mean, in a crowd of, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, there's going to be some crazy shit going on. But an insurrection is people with guns.
Those people had firearms. That's what I'm telling you. The people who stormed the Capitol, they had weapons. Like everything that you, hold on, Brian, everything that you say is, that's not a coincidence. Sir, are you okay? No, I'm seriously, are you okay?
No, I mean, in a crowd of 10,000 people, you're gonna, especially conservatives, you're gonna find people who believe in firearms. What they're not is organized.
Sir, this was organized, though. It was organized. It was many groups coming together. They literally talked about this on their own message boards, and they came together to plan this. That's why Donald Trump went out there. That's why they had someone did get shot. That's the thing. Stop talking about the other side, because someone did. A police officer, Brian I want to make sure I say his name right. Brian Sicklin, I think his last name was. He was hit on the head. He was hit on the head. And then the next day, he suffered a medical emergency that led to his death. So I think we have to sicken it. Thank you.
It's bad, but it's not an insurrection. I mean,
you call it what you want, but okay, I'll move to the present because you call it what you want. No, it's definitely an insurrection. The House Oversight Committee also found that it was an insurrection. They also found it. Yeah, they did. What?
And what's going to end up happening? The news organizations that
hold on, time out. Are you trying to dispute actual facts here to say that the House Oversight Committee did not find that Donald Trump was responsible for inciting an insurrection, and they referred the case over to the Department of Justice?
No, and the people that do say that, especially the news organizations that use the term insurrection, I think they're going to be held to account because it's actually slander, because there's a legal standard for insurrection that he didn't meet. And he's going to come after not only the BBC, he's going to come after, people that are using that term because it is slander. It is not true. And I think you should be careful about the words that you use. Call it a riot. An insurrection, it was not. And I think you're being disingenuous when you say that, one person got shot on the side that was quote unquote doing the insurrecting. That is not what you're.
Why do you think that someone has to unalive in order for it to be an insurrection? Why do you think that? I want you to make that make sense. Why do you think that someone has to no longer be here in order for it to be an insurrection? It wasn't successful. All right. It wasn't successful, thank goodness. All right. Because they definitely were screaming at death threats against Nancy Pelosi. All right. And other Democratic leaders. They were screaming for their unalivement. All right. But why do you think that someone has to unalive? I'm using TikTok friendly language in order for it to be an insurrection. That's all I'm trying to make sense of right here. Why do you think that?
Well, I think violence is a necessary component otherwise it's a protest. Otherwise it's like an unruly, trespass. An insurrection includes violence. That includes killing guards. That includes, barricading, flipping over vehicles. That includes destroying businesses. The
They
thing that was
destroyed the
closer
Capitol
to an
building.
insurrection.
They destroyed the
The thing
Capitol
that
building. They
they
flew
didn't destroy the
Hey, I
Capitol
have a
building.
question for you.
They
When
hired a cleaning company the next day, and it was over with.
when has the Confederate flag been flown in the Capitol of the United States of America?
You said when was
The
the
Confederate
Confederate
flag.
flag?
Yes. When?
I have no idea.
Okay. Okay. I want to tell you one of those times, and that's one of those times was January 6th of 2021. All right.
Oh, you mean like
The
the
Confederate
rioters? You mean?
the Confederate flag, all right, was that not the flag of basically another nation? Was that the flag of another nation? Yes or no?
You're saying is the Confederate flag the flag of another nation?
Mhm.
It's complex. Yes and no.
It's yes, because the Confederacy were establishing themselves. They seceded from the Union and established themselves as their own nation, with Richmond, Virginia being their capital. So they did.
Correct.
So I want
So what
see
happened
here's the
with the
thing. I
flag?
want you to
didn't.
be genuine here. I really, really do. I really
I
want you
am.
to be genuine in your conversation. All right. Let's stop twisting ourselves into pretzels because the facts are the facts. So outside of the Civil War, all right, the only other time was January 6th of 2021. That's the only other time that the Confederate flag has been flown in the Capitol. That
What do you mean
literally
flown
could
in the
be
Capitol?
considered. Mhm.
What are we talking about? Like, are we talking about
Like
like
they
on the actual White House lawn, the
No, the
Capitol
Capitol
building? Like they
building,
raised
the Capitol building where the insurrection happened. The Capitol
So who
building.
raised who?
The
So
insurrectionists. The
they put the
insurrectionists.
flag on and they raised the Confederate flag.
They
you're
raised
saying.
the Confederate flag in the Capitol building. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you
but
weren't
that's
aware
not.
of that.
But that's symbolic. That's symbolic that they're trying to create symbolism.
That's an act of
But
treason, if you ask me.
but that's all that it is. That's all that it is a couple crazy people who raised a flag, and the implication that Trump coordinated that or that Trump gave the go ahead on something like that. It's almost as bad as me saying that like the Democrats coordinated the George Floyd riots.
It
It's the
still
equivalent kind of
matters.
thing.
And there weren't
It's
any
the
George Floyd riots. What are you
oh my
talking
god.
about? Anywho,
You
let
know
me
exactly
hold
what I'm
on
talking
one moment, Brian. Yeah, good grief. Let me read this off. Shout out to Just a Guy for the $5 super chat. Just a Guy said, "Breaking news: Trump's tiny hands made Bill's alto sax look like a contrabass." Oh, are you like this? Thank you so much, Just a Guy. Draw some hearts in the chat for Just a Guy. Draw some hearts in the chat for Just a Guy. Fucking hilarious. All right. Okay, guys. If you like to support the live, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. All right. Again, let's keep doing all of the good things. Let's go ahead and knock out the high bears and get these likes up to 100,000 likes, because I'm going to tell you like this. Black women's labor ain't free. All right. Black women's labor ain't free. Y'all about to lose y'all First Amendment rights. I just want to let y'all know that. So let's keep doing all of the good things. All of the good things. All right. Can't say it enough. And yeah, let's keep talking to Brian, because this is outrageous. This is I'm not saying that like I am actually. Brian, are you really seriously? Let's move on. Let's move on to something
for real.
actually current. Let's move on to something
Okay.
current. Okay, so Donald Trump, he promised on the campaign trail multiple times that he would lower prices. All right, specifically grocery prices, right? So he did that. He said that, I should say, and the way that he was going to do it is by tariffs. All right. What do you know about tariffs? Like, what's a tariff and what's its functionality?
So and I'll talk about tariffs and their functionality. He didn't talk about tariffs on the campaign trail. That was something he kind of brought on once he was elected. But tariffs are, they're penalties on importers of foreign countries as a way of encouraging manufacturing and growth in the United States.
Brian, why do you keep doing
Let me hear
this?
your version. Let's hear your
No,
version.
no, Brian. Trump constantly talked about tariffs. on the campaign trail. That was literally one of his main talking points.
No, it wasn't.
He literally, yes, it was. He
He
talked
didn't
about
talk
them.
about that.
He talked
He didn't
about
talk about that.
tariffs. He did. Please don't do it. I was speaking. He talked about tariffs quite a bit. He talked about tariffs so much that the majority of the people in the room that are watching both on YouTube and Twitch and also over here on TikTok can tell you that we've all had conversations with someone at least once where we told people that the tariffs were going to be inflationary. We don't want to pay higher costs. So that's why we don't want to, that's one of the reasons why we don't want to vote for Donald Trump. He talked about the tariffs. Like, why would you say that? That's crazy. I am very confused.
We're kind of living in two different worlds. You know, both of us
I
probably
think
get
that
information
I
from.
think that you're not living, and I promise you, I'm saying this kindly. I am, because you may think the same thing about me, but like, bro, like I'm living in reality, and you're not, and I'm being nice about it. Like Donald
I
Trump
think you're living.
repeatedly.
I think you're living in reality. But I think I'm also living in reality. And I think for us to have a respectful conversation, we have to understand that there are two Americas that are a part of America, and each side has a point. You know, that's why there's so many people that believe in the way that you think, and there are very many people that believe in the way that I think. So it's interesting that, because I've been a Democrat and now I'm a Republican, and I know people who've been Republicans who've gone the other way, and it is fascinating that we don't want to be divided. I think at the end of the day, like, part of the power of America is the fact that we can choose your set of ideas, we can choose my set of ideas, and the guy can leave as long as we vote them out. Like with Trump, as long as he leaves the office peacefully,
And
we're in
he's
good
not.
shape.
I mean, he's already shown us that he doesn't want to leave the office peacefully. He showed us that in 2021. But here's the thing, because I get like kind of hyper focused on things, and I don't know if I'm doing it for me so my brain can move on. But Donald Trump definitely talked about tariffs on the campaign trail. He even called tariffs tariff his favorite word once. He literally said, "It's my favorite word."
I think you're right.
He called it the most beautiful word in the dictionary. He did that.
I think you're right.
Yeah, he also talked about them in August of 2025. I mean, August of 2024 is when Donald Trump had people believing, his supporters, he had his supporters believing that the tariffs would be paid by the other country. Because he said that.
Mexico.
Yeah,
so Mexico's going to pay for it.
Yeah, so he said that.
Well, that is what happens. I mean,
yeah. So what are we doing?
That is what happens. I mean, I think in the short term, you're right about tariff. That's what's so funny about this tariff conversation. Is that in the short term, you're right that the costs do go up in the short term, but the disincentive to buy foreign products and to buy domestic products, once people build manufacturing and people build the infrastructure for it, it does help Americans in the long term. It just costs money for us to do that, and it's disappointing to not see. After Trump, I think, did win, obviously, this last election. It's disappointing, in the same way that I was disappointed that Republicans fought against Obama. I'm disappointed that the Democrats aren't going with Trump on some of this stuff and acknowledging that they lost.
What should the Democrats go with Trump on?
Well, just case in point, you got the government shutdown. That was something they should have signed on, instead of dragging this thing out. And the fact that once the whole thing went through and it was approved, the Democrats were sour about it. That tells you all you need to know about the motivations of those people. What was
at stake? What was at stake on the shutdown? What was at stake? Like, what was on the table?
Democrats were holding health care. They were demanding health care to fund Obamacare.
Not to fund Obamacare. Obamacare isn't something that's like necessarily funded. It's a subsidy. All right. It was a subsidy. So good grief. So basically it was a subsidy from the American Rescue Act. All right. And it's set to expire December 31st of this year. And what it allows for people who make upwards of 400% of the poverty line to actually qualify for those, basically a credit so that their insurance premium is lower. And it also puts a cap on how much they pay out of pocket, which is 8.5% of their annual income. So there's that. All right. The Democrats tried to negotiate the extension of these subsidies in March. And the Republicans said, okay, well, we don't want a government shutdown. All right. So what we'll do is we'll talk about this in September. We'll come to the table in September. What ended up happening is the Democrats signed the CR in March, and come September, the Republicans didn't want to negotiate any longer. There was no more negotiation happening. And so that's why we had the shutdown. Now, here's the thing. Do I agree to have had the government shut down for 43 days just to simply walk away and say, okay, we'll talk about it in December, based on a promise? No. But do I think that the Democrats did the right thing at the beginning? Yes. And the reason why is because they wanted to protect millions of Americans' health insurance, because with the implementation of those subsidies, the ACA subsidies, 24 million people enrolled in the ACA. That means 24 million people who didn't have insurance had insurance because of those subsidies. They were able to now afford it. So there's that. So, I mean, the Republicans didn't want to negotiate on that at all.
Then why do you think that they want people to die?
Who, the Republicans?
Yeah, what do you think
Hell
was
yeah.
behind that?
Hell yeah.
So that's
Stephen Miller
that's
is all
really...
about depopulation. What? Stephen Miller.
Oh no.
Stephen Miller wants depopulation. Why do you think you think Trump is the one who wants mass deportation? But that would be a pivot. So let's get back to this.
No.
Let's get back to this. Let's nope. Let's not.
The left thinks there's too many people.
The left doesn't think that it's too many people. That's a lie. I'm so sorry, but what world is it that you're actually living in? Because you do a lot of abortion is healthcare. All right. So there's that.
No, they want to kill babies in order to limit the population. And they think there's too many humans on the planet.
Oh my God.
So they support, purveying gay people so that the human population doesn't reproduce.
Oh my
they hate
God.
human beings. They absolutely
yikes.
Hate
Hey, let's use TikTok friendly language. Again, you're on TikTok.
I don't know.
It's okay.
So
I'm gonna give you some, because sometimes I forget them too. It's okay. All right.
I never heard of that.
We want to say AB instead of saying the other word. We want to say AB. Instead of saying, kill, we want to say unalive. All right. Don't mention the names of any type of illicit substances. All right. You can say schmugs. I know TikTok is pretty finicky about that. So with that being said, one moment, Brian, hold on one moment. Guys, let's do all of the good things. Let's tap the screen. All right. Let's repost the live. Okay. Keep showing TikTok that you are engaged. If you want to throw a penny gift, you can do that. All right, right now we are gonna let's see here. I'm not doing cowboy hats today. Can't do it. Let me see here. I don't know. Brian is Brian, you are something else, Brian. That's all I got for you. You are something else.
Well, you're good natured, and I appreciate you for that. You're disagreeing with me, but you're not being disagreeable, as Obama would say.
I don't think that we have to yell and all those things or call names or anything of that nature. I think we can definitely have a conversation. You ask the question, do you think that the Republicans want to unalive people? My answer to you definitely would be yes, because look at what it came to. It came to basically our legislative body having to decide whether to actually feed people or ensure that people have health care. That's what it came to, because we saw that even the president, all right, in his executive branch, they fought feeding people all the way up to the Supreme Court. They wanted to deny people their food benefits. And so what I think with that Thank you, Shauna, for the stamp with love. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. So, with that being said, Brian, yes, I think Republicans are okay with people unaliving. All right, because if they're okay with people going hungry, especially children, all right, and what happens when
Okay,
you
I don't
go
think anyone's going to
hungry?
go hungry.
What
I don't
happens?
think in America, I
No,
don't
no.
think in America
Hmm.
people go hungry.
People do go hungry
And
in
I think
America,
so. The big difference, what's so funny, because I loved Obama and I voted for him, and
of
I'm still
course.
actually an Obama fan.
Hmm.
But what's interesting about Obama is that he said, yes, we can. And the truth is about the Democratic Party is they think, no, you can't. No, you can't do it on your own. No, you can't do it on your own without the help of the government.
I'm sorry.
Um,
What? No, no, Brian, no, no, no,
the
no, 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 no,
conservatives
no, no.
believe in you,
So
and they don't think that you need SNAP benefits.
yeah,
I'm
the conservatives are super hyper individualistic. They believe in the physically impossible of pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. That's what they believe in. But riddle me this then.
That's
Okay,
actually possible. Like that's an actual principle that I think that the left is missing. That I understand it's physically impossible. You can't levitate, but that's an expression that actually means something. And if you believe in yourself and you believe in your ability to create value for other people in your family, then you don't need to be reliant on the government. And I think what's happened, what's honestly, the Democratic Party was the party of slavery, and now they're
oh my
enslaving
God,
people
you
through
are. Hey,
government benefits.
Brian, we got to do one thing at a time because like we don't have to do the Southern strategy because that's one of my favorite things to talk about. And we're having a great conversation here. So Brian, I'm gonna like chill.
I'll let
Like
you dial it in.
just chill. Let's rein it back a little bit. All right. And we're gonna talk about all right, the shutdown, all right, and the choice that they had to make. All right. Because this is the
Yes.
richest country in the world, right? We waste more food a year than we actually consume, which is insanity. Over 3
Right.
million pounds of food. Absolutely insanity. Approximately in the United States of America, all right, per the Economic Research Service, all right, 47.4 million households in the United States of America experience food insecurity. All right. And so what that means is they have limited or uncertain access to food. So that does mean that they do go without. So that is a thing.
We're,
But
we're so fat as a people, all of us, we're obese. Just because instead of getting a double cheeseburger, you get, a cheeseburger. Like I get you, that's like
what?
cutting back. That meets your definition. And I don't think we're malnourished here. You look around, we're not malnourished.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Sir, I want us to be on the same page here. Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Because what you just said, I'm gonna be honest, that doesn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. All right. What would be a
Why?
more applicable situation is a person facing food insecurity or starvation doesn't have access to the foods that would actually be able to sustain them. All right. There are people who live in neighborhoods or even in rural areas, all right, who don't have easy access to grocery stores. They also are people who live in certain communities, more so in city-like communities, so who don't have access to fresh fruits and vegetables, but they do have access to processed foods. So then we would have to ask, why do these corporations and then also why does our government allow this to actually happen? Because
Good question.
shouldn't everyone have access to fresh fruits and vegetables? Vegetables, I hate saying veggies. We're gonna say veggies. So shouldn't everyone?
Even
Mhm.
Of course, and they do. And I don't think if you looked around, I mean, name people that have died of starvation. Like look for it online. Like in America, in a country of 360 million people, how many people are dying of starvation? It just doesn't happen here. And I get what you're saying. It makes it more difficult and it puts a pinch on people. But I think you have to. There's a bigger thing happening here with these debates, and the question is whether or not you need the government or can you do it yourself.
Well,
And
do you believe that
Republicans believe in me.
do you believe that do you believe that like corporations should get like tax breaks from the government?
Yeah, but not to the degree that I think they do. I think 0% is crazy.
So hold
You
on,
know,
you
especially
you believe in corporate welfare but not social welfare?
no, I believe that uh, you should tax corporations. I don't think it should be free for them, but I don't think zero. I think zero is wrong. I
So,
think they should be.
but but your argument thus far, your premise thus far is that people shouldn't rely, was your word, shouldn't rely on the government to eat, was basically what you said. All right. That would be a
Right.
social program, so a part of social welfare. And you don't think people should have that. You think people should pull
No,
themselves up by their bootstraps. But
I
when it
believe
comes
in them
to
to do that.
when it
I
comes
believe that we're
to
all made in the image of God, and they can act in godly ways.
are you a real
And
person? Is it
begging
real?
for food is not godly. Yeah.
No one is begging for food, sir. All right. Do you know that almost 50% of the people who receive SNAP benefits are full-time employees, but they're working at places like Walmart and Amazon who receive corporate welfare, massive, massive, massive tax breaks that they don't put back into their employees' wages. No, what they do is they do stock buybacks and give their CEOs $1 million bonus packages is what they do. So
Right.
Walmart and Amazon are being subsidized two ways. All right. Our tax dollars that we pay, all right, is going back into their pockets again in the form of bonuses. And then also our tax dollars are supplementing their employees, whereas they should just be paying their
Right.
employees more money. So, and I'm
Right.
not even going to say a livable wage because that's bare minimum. I mean more money. I want them to
Here's
be
where
paid more.
you and I agree. You and I agree on a big thing. Like after I think it was like 1945, the tax rate on the rich was 90%. It got up to 90% because there were people like Rockefeller that had like 2% of the whole economy, right? So they had to fix that. We're not at that level yet, but it's getting there. And
How
I
is it
think every
getting
now
there
and
when
then,
Donald Trump just decreased the corporate tax rate? I'm confused.
no, I'm talking about in terms of like a little amount, because I think if you took like the top 1,000 billionaires, they own more than like the bottom 50% of all Americans. That's pretty bad.
Oh,
But
okay. I
it
think
was
I
even
misunderstood. You mean who owns the most wealth in this nation?
it could, correct. And if you
Oh,
look in like the
yeah.
1940s, that was a big problem with like Rockefeller, and they fixed it by putting in a very, very high tax rate. And that's what built the middle class. But what also continued to grow the economy was the deregulation and the growth of the businesses. So I think what's funny is that you're right in the sense that I do think there needs to be an adjustment of wealth. And I think these rich folks, I think it should be a flat tax. I, I think it's okay for corporations if you're going to invest in a business and grow and employ people. I think taxes should be low for businesses, but those CEOs and individuals, they need to be taxed. I think 80-90% until we are actually able to grow a middle class. And at that point, but I think it needs to be like you ever see the movie Jumanji where like they open that thing and like after 30 years it's like crazy shit happens or
Mm-hmm.
crazy stuff happens. I'm sorry. And, you know, it's like every now and then maybe you need to bust out Jumanji and like do some crazy tax stuff. But I don't think that should be the norm. I want to live in Jumanji. But every now and then it's, you gotta do some wild tax stuff because it is bad. There's a bad imbalance of wealth and a lack of middle class. But we can't lose that principle, that capitalist principle, because
No, but
it becomes one.
okay, there's a few things that you said. Capitalism requires the subjugation of another party. It does. So someone's going to be exploited in capitalism, and who's being exploited
I
right now
disagree.
is the working class. Why do
No,
you
there's no
how do
exploitation.
you disagree with that?
Because capitalism is based off of mutually beneficial transactions. And if I don't like the employer that I'm working for, I can simply move to a different employer and work for a
No,
different employer.
that's extremely idealistic. You're
That's
not thinking of
that's
any
that's the
you're not
reality.
thinking of any other factors. No, you're not thinking of any other factors. You're not thinking of time, health management. You're not thinking whether or not this person has children. You're not thinking of location. You're not thinking
Well,
of any
businesses
other
offer those
type of
things.
systemic or systematic barriers that may be in
Well,
the
I'll tell
way.
you,
You are,
if I run a
that's
business,
idealistic
if
as
I run a
heck.
business and I want to keep employees happy, I'm going to offer health insurance. I'm going to give them paid time off. I'm going to offer perks and benefits, because if I don't do those things, then they're going to move to a different employer, right? They can decide to benefit the company with their labor and their time, and I can choose as a employer to benefit them with fair compensation. And if I don't, they're going to take their skills and move to someone else. That is capitalism, and it's mutually beneficial transactions. And if you don't provide value for your employer, move to a different employer where you do provide value. I understand it's
Um,
idealistic, but it's the best we got. It's
okay.
the best system that's been created in humanity.
No, it's
And if
not.
you
It's
can
not the
point to a
best. It's
socialist,
not the best
if you
system.
can point to a socialist or communist society that's worked better than America
Democratic
and grown in the middle
socialism.
class,
Democratic socialism could work, but we can talk about that in just a moment. Give me just a second here. I want to read these off. Thank you so well, this one off. Thank you so much, Gucci, for the $20. Gucci said, I truly do not know how you do this. I don't either, Gucci, but I'm doing it. I'm here. I'm here, and I hope everyone is learning something. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. I really, really do. I really, really do. All right. Thank you so much, Gucci, for that. I appreciate you, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys. If you like to show love, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo also have a Zelle. Everything with Erica9@gmail.com. All right. There we go. Also, let's go ahead and get these likes up. All right. I said 100,000. We're almost there. So let's do 125,000. So let's keep tapping. Also, we only have 5 of the Stamp with Loves to go. So let's go ahead and knock those out. Also, if you are over on the tube, hi YouTube, and you want to show love, by all means, you can definitely send the super chat. Hey, don't forget, become a member also, because if as a member, you get access to the stickers and you also get to join the Discord. So become a member too, and make sure that we're liking the stream over there. All right. We're going to continue this conversation with Brian. Woo. It's a lot because it's a lot that's being said, and then we have to go back and we have to address it. So it's a lot. But here's the thing, Brian. All right, you just agreed that like we should basically narrow the wealth gap here in the United States of America. Yet you lived through Donald Trump's first term where he gave the wealthy and also corporations a massive tax cut. It was actually one of the greatest like transfers of wealth in our nation's history. All right, with him actually cutting the corporate tax rate from what was it, 35% down to 21%. So that's what he did, and he also gave a tax cut to the wealthy, where they saved thousands upon thousands of dollars in taxes. So now he's did it again with the one big ugly bill. I'm not going to call it beautiful because that's not what it is. All right, this time around, all right, the corporate tax cuts are permanent, and also the wealthy are saving what, $90,000 a year. So they keep saving money and they keep getting richer with all of the tax breaks that they get, and the middle class and the working class continues to get poorer. So that wealth gap keeps widening. But you voted for this. Like, why did you vote for the person who basically told you he was going to give them a tax cut again? Like, why did you do that?
I think there's other reasons. You know, I think that the Republican Party needs to pivot away. I think the problem is that each party, one side says that they need to spend everything, and the other side says they need to cut everything. And there's not like that 1-2 punch philosophy of we need to shock the system and then maybe encode for 50 years, 100 years that we can't go back to this and go back to these tax rates of that. But I think it is okay to reset the game every now and then. And I don't know if that's something that's palatable in the American populace, but I voted on cultural things. I like the fact that he's not it's impossible for him to be influenced in a very specific way that other politicians are able to be influenced, and that is financially. He is not beholden financially. There's other influences, and you could say that he's got strings tied to him and whatever, but in that specific regard, he can't be bought. And that's something that we haven't seen in a president, at least in my lifetime, and I'm sure before that.
Can't be bought.
Um,
He can't be bought.
Well,
He's
no.
constantly being bought. Like, we can talk about it. But hold on one moment, Brian. I'm so sorry. Hold that thought. Guys, if you're ready to do the thing, 100. You can pull it or you can send it directly. Again, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica, all right, is up to y'all whether or not I press that button, because y'all know I'll talk all night. So I just want to let y'all know it's up to y'all if y'all press that button or not, because it's a lot. Okay, it's up to you all if I press that button. So yeah, 100 to be exact, for anyone who doesn't know what 100 is. $100 links in the bio. You can pool it. I'll keep a tally, or we're just gonna or you can do it in one lump sum. It's up to you. But dude, Donald Trump is the main president who can be purchased. Like, he's doing business with Qatar. Like, he got an airplane. He got an airplane that's going to cost us like what, $4 billion. He also, what else is he doing? He also
it's not like he put it in his backyard. It's for the United States.
It's not for the United States, sir. It's going to go to the Trump family library afterwards, so it's going to be for them. So there's that. Another
So it's
thing.
gonna sit in a library?
No, it's not just going to sit in a library. That's who it's necessarily going to be owned by. All right, so it's still going to be used, because if it wasn't going to be used, there would be no point in basically renovating it, remodeling it, or refurbishing it, whichever the word is that you want to call it.
No, they have to, because they
why?
have to make it like, well, there's security measures they have to put in.
So he's going to be using it, right? Are the American people going to be using it? Do we get to fly on
it? Yes.
We don't get to fly on it,
because we elected the man,
sir.
And he flies in it because he's the president.
Sir, we don't get to fly on it. It's okay. We don't get to fly.
Well, we don't. You and me personally don't.
Exactly.
But
so it's not.
But
for
we
our
elected
use.
a guy to fly and do it. So
yeah, and after he's the president, after he leaves office, all right, that plane will be for his personal use. So he already does have a plane. He has Air Force One. So there's that, and I believe there's also a backup plane too. And a helicopter. Like, the dude has methods of travel. He didn't need
I'm against him owning
plane.
it personally. As long as it goes to the government in some form or fashion, I'm okay with that quote unquote gift.
What do you disagree with Donald Trump on? Because you everything that he's done, you take it and you spin it to try to justify it. So, like, what do you disagree with him on?
Good question. I think I didn't like his reaction during COVID. I think he should have not shut things down.
No. Let's go current term. I
don't know. Nothing comes to mind off the top of my head.
That's a problem. Because if you can't criticize your elected officials, all right, then it's not just I voted for this person because I like their policies. It becomes I voted for this person because I'm a fan. And that's not okay. We're not supposed to be fans of our politicians. We're not supposed to love our politicians or anything of that nature. You should be able to provide some type of constructive criticism.
I could definitely give constructive criticism. I was trying to think of a policy specifically, but
so you agree with the way that Donald Trump has implemented tariffs. You agree with how he is conducting immigration raids across the country. You agree with him going against the Constitution of the United States of America. You agree with him using the Department of Justice as his own, police force, pretty much. So
they are his own police.
Well, actually, no, they're not. He's not supposed to direct Pam Bondi, our AG. He's not supposed to direct her to do anything because that's interference. He's
So
not
what,
supposed to do that.
what branch does the Department of Justice fall under?
It falls under the executive branch, but he's not supposed to
interesting.
direct them to do
Oh, interesting. Yes,
anything
he is.
because that
He's
would
the-
be
He is
interference.
the leader of the executive branch. No, it's not.
It would be
It would be.
interference.
It would be
Okay, then
interference if
please
he
give
inter-
us outside of Nixon another president who's done the same thing.
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
Because
Trump's a
exactly,
very
you know what I
individual.
did for you? I took away the most corrupt president that there was, the most corrupt
The thing-
president. All
The
right.
thing with
So
Nixon, what's
outside, I
crazy
don't
about
care.
Nixon-
I don't want to talk about Nixon. The thing that I asked you was, please give us an example of another president who directed his Department of Justice to investigate people.
Want me to Google it for you here?
Sure, you can if you want to. I'd be happy to look into it. I'm always willing to learn something. Because of the simple fact is that Donald Trump is using the Department of Justice to go after his rivals. He said it himself, like literally out of his mouth. He said it. And he's been saying it recently. Like he just did it with Bill Clinton and JP Morgan Chase. And I think the guy's last name is Fuller or something to that effect. So there's that. So yeah. So while you're Googling that, hey.
No, I got John F. Kennedy, Barack Obama, FDR.
Brian, while you're doing that, hold on for one moment. One of my mods is here to do an announcement. Go ahead, Hector.
Hello, trendsetters and bedwetters. Welcome to the live. How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing this fantastic night? I don't know. I don't care. I'm just here to do one job and one job alone. And that's to get y'all to do your second and third and fourth jobs. And just in case you didn't know, in Trump's economy, I'm sure you have 2 or 3. I'm going to add a third and fourth tonight. And tonight, that job is tapping the goddamn screen. All right. Make sure you're tapping the goddamn screen. We are at 117,000 likes with 355 people in here. Okay. I hope you guys do better jobs with your fingers in other areas because this is unacceptable. I'm going to need y'all to put a lot more energy into the taps. Get the likes up to like, I'm going to say like 200K. I'm going to say 200K. And you got about 30 minutes. I'm going to come back and threaten y'all in 30 minutes on some John Wick energy. Okay. And if you don't, I'm going to put light amounts of butter and honey on your toilet seat. Okay. Call it honey doo doo. All right. That's what I'm going to do to y'all if you don't get this job going. I know you see Erica up here doing all this shit, all this sauce, all this gloss, and all this dressing. Okay. I'm going to need you to ensure that you're doing all the right things when it comes to the taps and the shares. The shares only at 42. Only 42 of you care about your friends. You know what you do when you see good content? You share it around. You share the wealth. You know, Barney said sharing is caring. See, some of y'all didn't watch Barney. It's okay. And for the people who got that white money, for the people who got that capital, there's a couple other ways you can support. So Cash App and Venmo says everything with Erica. Then there's a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. And if you can throw some of that white money in there, that would be greatly appreciated. And if you get that white money, go find a white person and borrow $5. Throw it at Erica. Support Black women and Black businesses, all right? Because Black women's labor is not free. Cool? Great. And she don't have Cash App. I don't know why I keep saying that. Any Cash Apps for Erica you can send to me. Hector Talks with 2 R's, and I'll get it directly to her. And also knock out this gift goal. There's 3 more of the lippy things. Now I'll be back. Bye.
Oh. Thank you, Hector. Thank you, guys. Let's do all of the good things, and let's get back to the conversation. Also, if you are a Trump supporter, go ahead and request up. Make sure you're requesting up. And if you're listening over on the tube, we do have a call-in line, 347-280-3447. All right. What's the number again? 347-280-3447. There we go. All right. So with that being said, Brian, all right, you're gonna tell me that these presidents that you just listed, that they publicly went after their opponents, right? Like their rivals. I'm gonna use air quotes with that. Their rivals.
Yeah, they directed
Hold on, time out. Y'all talking about something? He's still here? Yes, he's still here. I already gave you the mission. All right, it's 100 to kick. All right, you can send in a lump sum, or you guys can pool it. Y'all don't want to pool anything, so yes, he's still here. This is
Am
it.
I making you some money here or what?
I gave you the rules. Actually, no, you're not making me any money. You're losing me money. But there's that. All right. The grift isn't grifting.
I'm trying to help. I was happy about this.
But no, so like tell us, like they went after their opponents publicly, right? Did they?
Yeah.
Who? Give some examples.
Well, I don't know if it was publicly, but Kennedy went after MLK.
Kennedy didn't go after MLK. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
That was J. Edgar Hoover of the FBI.
that's coming out now, I guess. The with the recent John F. Kennedy and MLK files being released, but I guess he used the FBI against him and other activists as well. But you got Nixon.
That's not true.
I don't know what to tell you.
That's not
And then
true.
you got-
What do you have to support that?
I don't know. Google.
Then you don't say it. Don't say it because you don't have anything to actually support it. That's a
Well,
flat out lie.
Let's go down into that. So let me ask about it here.
Also, listen, JFK and Martin Luther King Jr. weren't political rivals. There's that part. But I can get where you're coming from, but at the same time, you still be wrong. You still be wrong. And I'm going to take back the political rivals part. I'll walk that part back. All right, because Letitia James isn't a political rival of Donald Trump's, and neither is James Comey or Bolton. So I'll walk that one back. But the thing is that you're wrong. All right. John F. Kennedy never went after Martin Luther King. Neither did Bobby didn't go after him either as AG, because Bobby was the head of the Department of Justice as AG. That didn't happen. Right. What did happen is COINTELPRO, which was a secret operation headed by the director of the FBI, which was J. Edgar Hoover. That's what did happen. All right. And that was done without anyone else's knowledge, though. All right. Only those that were working within COINTELPRO knew about COINTELPRO.
Oh, you're wrong about that. You're wrong about that.
Prove it.
Because JFK had RFK as his brother, as the Attorney General, correct?
Yeah, I just said that.
Right. So as the Attorney General, he's the one who approved the FBI surveillance of Martin Luther King. Who was the head of the FBI at the time? J. Edgar Hoover. Right. So it went from AFK to RFK.
The FBI, hold on, time out. The FBI, all right, COINTELPRO, all right, the counterintelligence program, all right, it was internal to the FBI. It was a secret. All right, JFK likely did not know about it, and you don't have any evidence to actually prove that he did know. See, one of the things that I really, really love, I love history. I really do. I love history. All right. And saying that JFK knew about COINTELPRO would be definitely something that I would know, since I know about this program. JFK didn't know about this. It wasn't approved by him. All right. Do you really want to stand on this? Because if you really want to stand on this, and this is the hill that you want to take a nap on, by all means, like, give us some proof that JFK knew about COINTELPRO and its missions, its operations. Like, he had to know about COINTELPRO. Give us some evidence.
So I'll read let me see if I can give you a source before I start reading the evidence.
Okay, great.
We got to make sure this isn't bullshit. Yeah, so the Church Committee report of 1975 discussed it, that JFK knew that the FBI was surveilling Martin Luther King, but did not run the operation and personally did not order it, but he knew of it. So this is the...
Where is this from?
Let's see here. It was said the Church Committee report, the final report of the Select Committee to study government operations with respect to intelligence activities. And then you got the FBI declassified files on MLK. This was just recent, actually.
So
and then
RFK Sr. did give authorization for specific and limited wiretaps all right, such as a temporary one that
Uh-huh.
was used on Martin Luther King Jr.'s phone, but he was not given. So that means Hoover and COINTELPRO lied by omission because they did not tell the full truth as to what they were doing. So they
Right.
were not aware of COINTELPRO. They weren't aware of it. They weren't aware of its missions and its objectives. They weren't aware of it.
Like Hoover, you're saying Hoover took it to like another level.
Yes, they weren't aware of it. So that would kind of be like you coming to
They were aware of it.
No,
They
they weren't
were
aware
aware
of
of
it.
it.
You coming to me,
I mean,
all right?
you're being willfully ignorant. on
I'm
that.
not being willfully ignorant. I think that you're being
Oh, you-
willfully obtuse.
You're running away from the fact.
I'm
that
not
the
running
President
away
of
from the
United States.
JFK
If the
did
President of
not
the
know
United States-
about COINTELPRO. He didn't know about
What
it.
is-
All
so-
right.
so
Who did
what is
know about it?
COINTELPRO?
You know, are you serious? You don't know what COINTELPRO is, the counterintelligence program? It was actually a secret internal department in the FBI, all right, that actually went after Black leaders and activists and anyone that J. Edgar Hoover thought was there to subvert the United States government. That's what it was. They wiretapped them. They wiretap places they weren't supposed to wiretap, like bathrooms. They wiretap places. They also had surveillance on people. They sent in people to actually unalive people, like they did to Fred Hampton in Chicago. They worked with local police departments to do so. They recruited people from the Triple K. I'm sure you can figure that one out. So that's what COINTELPRO was. Like, you're being extremely disingenuous while you're sitting here calling me willfully ignorant. You're being extremely disingenuous because just because I tell you, I'm telling you that I'm going to go to the store. All right. I told you that I went to the store, but if I go to that store and I rob that store, did you know that I was going to go rob the store? Yes or no? Yes or no?
I wouldn't know you robbed the store, but if
Exactly.
you're going to the
No, shut up. Don't say the liquor store. Like, quit the BS. Don't try to put some caveats on it. If I tell you that I'm going to the store, all you know is that I'm going to the store. You don't know what I'm going to do at the store, and that's exactly what happened with Robert Kennedy Sr. as the Attorney General of the DOJ during that time. He approved a wiretap under a limited scope. But yet,
I think you're going to get a cell phone.
What is his name?
His name,
J. Edgar Hoover. J. Edgar used it for many different reasons, which he wasn't supposed to do. All right. And then also, I can't believe that you, as a grown man, don't know what COINTELPRO is. I did tell you to shut up because you were literally being disingenuous, and I don't like that. This is where we take a turn, because you said that I'm being willfully ignorant when I'm not being willfully ignorant. You're being disingenuous. You're not being honest here. You're being intellectually dishonest is what you're doing. And that's not okay.
If you were going to the gas station, I would think you were getting gasoline. If you went
You're
to
proving
the
my
liquor
point.
store, no. I wouldn't think you would rob the liquor store. I would think you would be going to get gasoline. I think if you're going to the liquor store, I think you're going to go get liquor, right? If you're going to do surveillance on somebody, I think you're trying to get dirt on them.
You're literally proving the point. You're literally proving
the point. The point I'm proving is that if Kennedy knew that Hoover was doing these things, he didn't. Was getting surveillance on him.
He didn't know.
He knew he was getting surveillance on him.
He didn't
know about the specific ways he was doing it. He didn't know about the ways he was doing it, but he ordered his brother who ordered him.
Hey, let me see here. Hey, Jazzy B, thank you so much for the 50. Jazzy B sent 50 and said, have to kick Brian. All right, we're halfway there. Shout out to Jazzy B. Not Jazzy B. There's always a black woman. It's always a black woman. I want to let you all know that. Shout out to Jazzy B. Drop some hearts in the chat. Also, thank you so much to Jonna for the $20 super chat. Jonna said, thank you for always speaking facts and just being you. Thank you so much, Jonna. I appreciate you. You know what? I'm going to count that super chat. All right, guys, we are what? We're almost 3/4 of the way there. All right. We're at $70. All right. $30 left needed, and we can end this goddamn conversation. All right. There we go. So let's keep doing all the good things, guys. Links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle. Everything with Erica9@gmail.com. All right. And if you only have the Cash app, you can send it to Hector. Hector Talks with 2 R's. Hector Talks. Thank you all so very much. And again, we only need $30. $30. Pull it or send it. It's up to y'all. But with that being said, Brian, you are being intellectually dishonest again because you prove my point. You literally just proved my point. All right. If I say that I'm going to the store, you can assume that I'm going to go get groceries. I'm going to the grocery store.
Right.
You assume I'm going to get groceries. All right. You don't assume that I'm going to rob the place. You don't assume that I'm going to place people into your organization to spy on you. You don't assume, all right, that I am going to work with what should be noted as terrorist groups, all right, to subvert your plans. You don't assume that. All right. You don't assume these things.
Correct.
What you do assume that
That's
I'm
correct.
just going to go to the store. And that's literally what happened. Again, RFK Sr., all right, as the Attorney General, did approve wiretapping for Martin Luther King Jr., and he did not approve it for
That's
at
all I'm
his
saying.
home. He approved it for at his office. That's where he approved it. What
They know
J. Edgar
what's
Hoover
going on.
did
They
it.
talk about this stuff.
They literally
know.
did it in multiple places. Johnny, I can't co-host right now. Johnny wants to co-host, guys, but I can't. I'm sorry. I have a call.
I don't believe everything I'm told when it comes to shit like this. I mean, I look at it's common sense. If these guys are talking to each other, they know what's going on. Come on.
No, that's you assuming something. All right. And you can't
Yeah,
assume
it is.
anything of that nature. You can't. All right. Because
Of course
that's
you
why
can't.
in 1971, after Malcolm was killed and after Martin was gone, Stokely had left the country, Fred Hampton was gone. All right. After all of our Black leaders, all right, were either out of the country or dead and gone due to the bullet from some type of law enforcement. All right. It's tough for Malcolm, but that's a whole nother story. And if you guys really want to get into that one, I can get into that one day. But with that being said, that's when the COINTELPRO information came out. And it's been coming out almost every year since we learned something about it. And thus far in 2025, what we do know is that JFK and RFK Sr. were not fully aware. JFK wasn't aware. RFK Sr. was not fully aware of what was going on with it. So there's that. There's that. Also, guys, let me see here. Shout out to Shout out to Rachel for the 20. Shout out to Rachel for the 20. Guys, we're only $10 away. $10 away from the $100. $10 away. I just want to let you all know that. All right. Again, pay links in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle. Everything with Erica9@gmail.com. And again, if you only have Cash App, send it to Hector. Hector Talks. Hector Talks with 2 R's, guys. Let's keep doing all the good things. So, Brian, what's the next thing? What's next? Because obviously, you speak from a place of conviction, but not with much substance. So
Well, that hurts my
it's
feelings. What
very
can I
George
say?
Costanza is. You know who George Costanza is?
I love George Costanza.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Can't
You know the one thing that
can't
he
stand ya.
says. Yeah,
Yeah.
can't stand you, Costanza. You know the one thing his thing is that George says that you know what? It's not a lie if you believe it. That's what he says.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah.
That's good.
He says it's not a lie if you believe it. And the thing is, though, is that you believe a lot of lies.
Well, I think the same about you. That's what's funny about it.
You can think
I
that, but the thing is that the consensus when like history looks back on it is going to see that I actually believed in facts. Because here's the thing. I want to take it back to something. You said that you want the wealth gap to narrow. All right. That the wealthy shouldn't hold as much as they should. Right. But yet
Right.
you vote for the guy who in his first term gave himself one of the largest tax breaks, all right? And now in his second term to date has profited $5 billion. Like that doesn't make sense. Like you voted for the guy who literally has done nothing but enrich himself and his rich buddies.
I think it's about the personality of the person. I think it's about the ability for a person to execute what they think they're going to do. If I have an idea to do something and I think this is the right path to do something, and Donald Trump thinks the opposite, and he thinks it's a different plan, that doesn't mean I still can't support him in his plan and understand where he's coming from and reserve judgment and say, let him figure it out. Let him, give him the
Hey,
support to do
Brian.
what he said he wants to do.
Okay, okay. I want to see something because I want to tell you something. Let me know if you can hear this.
Me?
Can you hear this? I can't hear it.
He's saying, I don't hate you.
I can't.
Right.
Can you
I
hear it?
just hate all of the choices
cannot,
that
no.
you make.
Okay, don't worry about
Because
it.
those are
The
the
chat
choices
can.
that bitch ass niggas make. That's all. So,
Bye, Brian.
because
Bye.
those are
The
the
chat
choices
can.
that bitch ass niggas make. That's all. So,
Bye, Brian.
because
Bye.
those are the
Is it on a
choices
loop?
that bitch ass niggas make. That's all. So,
Bye, Brian. Bye.
those are the
Is it on a
choices.
Bluetooth connected.
Okay. Hold on one moment.
Connected.
Okay, one moment. Guess what I did? Okay. Hold on one moment.
Connected.
Okay, one moment, guys. Guess what I did? Okay. I finally figured it out. I had my sound on the other thing. On the other phone, it was like the sound was still. I was like, why do I hear an echo? It's so bad. Oh my God. Brian had to go. All right, let me read these off. Amanda, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. Get him out, please. Yes, love. Shauna, thank you for the 10. Shauna said, drop that loser. Drop him. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you very, very much. Because he had to, oh my God. I endured. Like, oh Lord Jesus. Enduring might last through the night, but joy come in the morning. Ain't that what it say? Is that what the Bible say? Or something? Something. I don't know, but Lord Jesus.
I think it's weeping. It's something about weeping may last for a night, but
Okay.
joy comes.
Okay, there we go.
Y'all don't read the Bible.
I don't. But I still do think if you voted for the right, you won't see the light. All right. You won't see the light. All you're going to see is darkness, fire, and brimstone. That's it.
Amen.
What's up, Hector?
Oh, I just came back to give everybody the 2-minute warning.
Oh.
So,
y'all got to tap that screen.
I see them lights still playing like y'all Skittles. And this ain't a game, an instrument, or a sport. So 200K. I'll be back.
Okay. Thank you, Hector. Hello. Hey, half African. I call him half African because I always forget the freaking part. So I just say half African. Tell half African I said hi. Hi. Guys, let's just keep doing all of the good things. All right. And then from now on, I will remember to turn down the volume of the other phone because I really thought I messed up my sound. And y'all know how I am. But if you are a Trump supporter, go ahead and get in the box, request up. Or if you're watching on YouTube, by all means, guess what, guys? You can call in 347-280-3447. Again, that's 347-280-3447. All right. I definitely want to hear from you. All right. That was fun. And I enjoyed it because it was one-on-one. I really did. That was a one-on-one. And I really, really did enjoy that. So yay. Awesome. Let's see. Who do we have? What's this here? Again, if you're a Trump supporter, go ahead and request up. No friendlies at this time, but definitely if you voted for Trump or you're a supporter of his, by all means, get in the box. Hi, Ray. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I probably would have, but I sent away for an absentee ballot, and I live in Mexico, and it didn't come. So,
Are you a Trump supporter?
I'm actually a Democrat. Lifetime I voted for Carter all the way to Clinton, and I kind of went libertarian. So I'm still a registered Democrat, though.
All right. Trump supporters only. Trump supporters only. If you voted for Donald Trump, get in the box. Let me know, guys. I'm so sorry. Nice. Guys, if you voted for Trump, go ahead and get in the box. Request up. Let's have a conversation. Let's go. Please respect my boundaries. All he had to say was that he supports Donald Trump. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Hi, Biggs. Are you a Trump supporter? Or did you vote for Trump? Biggs? I think Biggs is taking a nap. I know that's right. Ain't nothing like an evening nap. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Biggs is asleep. I'm going to be asleep soon. Gonna take me a nice old evening nap. Anywho, guys, if you voted for Trump, go ahead and request up and let's have a conversation because there is so much to talk about. All right. The thing that I really, really want to talk about with you all is them goddamn tariffs. All right. Because Taco ain't shit. All right. This is like, you all love having circular conversations. You really, really do. Like, we'll be like, why is the sky blue? You'll be like, because it's blue. And we're like, okay. All right. So now we get to ask you, hey, why are grocery prices higher? And you're going to say tariffs. And you know what we're going to say? You know what? You're right. You're right. That's exactly what we're going to say. You're right. That's exactly why. Oh, golly, Jesus. Whew. Oh my God, guys. So stalker, all right. I don't know how it happened. I don't know who unblocked the stalker, but the stalker is back. All right. They have a new mission and a new attitude. Oh, thank you, Itchy. Thank you. And yeah. So the stalker is back and they just keep putting stuff in the chat about weird stuff. So if you see it, just ignore it. A mod will get it. A mod will get it. Now, with that being said, all right, Fisher, I see you. I sent you a request and you're going to learn the lesson. All right. You get to yacht from outside of the club. The fuck you thought this was? What? Why do you think you could put something like that in my comments and think that it's going to be okay? No, sir. Get in the box. Get in the box. All right. Accept the request. How about you do that? Let's go. Let's do that. All right. You can't just yap in the comments. We don't allow that over here. All right. No. What do you think this is for? Shits and giggles? Shiggles? I copyrighted that, by the way. If you hear anyone else using shiggles, let them know it's mine. It started here on Everything with Erica, and they owe me $5. Yeah. Yep. Anywho, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, tariffs. So yeah, the tariffs are inflationary. They raised the prices just as we said that they would. And so what Donald Trump is now doing is that he is removing the tariffs. Thank you for the good night. And yeah, so because he wants to bring down the prices. He wants you to spend less money at the grocery store. But bruh, you cannot set a house on fire, stand back and watch it burn, and then step in 10 minutes before it's rubble and put the fire out and say, hey, look, I put the fire out. The fuck are we doing? Seriously, what the fuck are we doing here? I really want to know. Trump supporters, you all have to make that make sense to me. Like, seriously. Like, how do you all keep living like this? Like, in this world of delusion? Like, I mean, Brian, for the most part, was cordial. I know that at the end, he was getting a bit agitated because, like, there was a lot of stuff that he was saying that he couldn't prove. And one thing I do like, I like facts. Okay, we're going to talk about facts here. All right. Also, Hector says you have 5 minutes to get 17,000 likes. So we got to tap that screen. Over 320 people here. That should be easy. So everyone should be tapping. All right. But here's the thing. Here is the thing about Trump supporters. All right. You have put so much into being MAGA. Like, I'm pretty sure like the majority of you have a hat. You got a shirt. Some of you may even bought the gold sneakers. You got a Trump Bible by your bedside. You know, you may even have the Trump watch. You got the Trump guitar. You play it on Tuesdays at your local dive bar. Like, you are invested. You went to a few rallies. You love Trump. Trump is the man for you, right? And it's just like a bad relationship, all right? You're not going to leave him. You're not going to stop loving him until you're sick and tired. No one else can make you sick and tired. You have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. So there's that. There's that. So, you know what? I get it. I get it. Do I agree with it? Not at all. I get it though. You invested too much. It's like, this was your project. You put way too much money into this man, all right, for this man, all right, to run off into the sunlight or the moonlight, the sunset, it's a sunset, to run off into the sunset with somebody else. We understand it. We get it. But guess what? Guess what? He gonna fuck you over before you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And he's already fucking you over. All right. Because whether you like it or not, all right, even if you haven't purchased insurance via the Affordable Care Marketplace, guess what happens? You're still going to see an increase in your premiums. You're still going to see an increase in your premiums. All right. Also, those red states where 13 to 17% of the population relies on SNAP benefits, Donald Trump wants to cut the funding for that program. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. So when your SNAP card goes from getting $500 a month to getting $250 a month, he's fucking you over. So there's that.
Nah, bro. I see that power. I see them superpowers. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. We right there. Y'all got 2 minutes. We right there. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Did you take your ashwagandha today?
I haven't had ashwagandha in 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Which actually
This is
explains a
just
lot.
you. It kind of
Yeah.
does, actually. Yeah. Because remember, consistency, you're supposed to be doing it consistently. Not the ashwagandha, but the other thing going. Yeah.
Yeah.
So to
Yeah.
rebuild up. Yeah.
Okay. Y'all totally got it. Bye.
Hey, how you doing? He's at his black job. Shout out to Hector, y'all. Shout out to Hector. Drop some hearts in the chat for Hector. But yeah, like he's literally gonna fuck you over. All right. Before you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, all right, Trump is gonna leave you with some wet ass and bubble gum. I'm just gonna let you know. Just gonna let you know that. A wet ass and some bubble gum. And you're gonna be like, how did I get here? What happened? Democrats, come save me. And the Democrats are going to be like, you know what? We'll save you. We're going to put in those social safety nets. We're going to ensure that everyone can have health care because that's what we want to work towards. Yep. We're going to make sure that the rich pay their fair share in taxes. Itchy, I did not know that you were still here. All right. I would never say that in front of you, but yes, a wet ass and some bubblegum. Yep. Also, shout out to Jonna for the $10 super chat over on the tube. Jonna said, Trump's reversing tariffs on coffee and meat, and MAGAs on X are praising him on reversing his own tariffs. What world are we living in? Exactly. What world are we living in? What is this life? What is it? Like, this is some bizarro world. This is crazy. It's okay. It's like, okay, I'm trying to think of like an analogy here. It's like somebody like stepping on your like your brand new J's. I don't know. I'm trying to think of shoes. I used to collect shoes, but not anymore. But it's like somebody stepping on your brand new 11s because I like the 11s and the 5s. But somebody stepping on them, like purposely stepping on them, like fuck your shoe, right? But then handing you a wet paper towel to wipe them off. No, fuck you. You stepped on them. Like, why would you step on my shoes? What are we doing? How are you praising him for this? Y'all don't make any sense whatsoever. I want you all to make sense. That's what I want. I want you all to just start making sense. Because the day that a Trump supporter makes sense, I don't even know what will happen because they've never made any sense. I don't know. I don't know. Hell will freeze over. The gates of heaven will open. I don't fucking know. Like Armageddon? Like, is this the end? Is this the end? They never make any sense whatsoever. Anywho, with that being said, guys, with that being said, I'm just, where are the Trump supporters? Because I know they don't like it over here because facts. We like facts over here, guys. Like, we really do like facts. They have. They have. They really, really have. They really have. But guys, let's keep doing all of the good things. Thank you so much for getting us over that 200,000 like hump. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. You know what? Is tonight the night we bring back the pickle? I don't know. I have like a new crowd. I don't know if they're familiar with the pickle and everything. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I know my YouTubers like the pickle. Love the pickle over there on the tube. They enjoy the pickle. TikTok, do you want the pickle or do you want dad jokes? Okay, let's do a poll. I'm gonna set one up over on the tube also. So let me see if I can remember how to do a poll again, because why do I always forget? Okay, quick poll. There we go. All right, drop a smiley face if you want the pickle. Drop a sad face if you want dad jokes. So smiley face for the pickle, sad face for dad jokes. And then I will give you guys the parameters. The pickle is pickle time. It's a good time. We dance, we sing. It's a good time. That's what the pickle is. The pickle. If you've never seen the pickle before, you might want to choose that one. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Thank you for the good night. Oh, Lord, I need like a stronger prescription. Pickle time. Dad jokes. YouTube, you have the same question. YouTube, you have the same question. Do we want to do pickle time or do we want to do dad jokes? Let me know. Okay, I have to see which one is going to win. Let's see here. I think I need some more votes. Not enough of you are voting. Don't let the chat dictate my joy of dad jokes. Oh, Lord. You might be right, Shauna. Pickle time won. Pickle time won on the TikToks. Pickle time won. All right, let's see what happens over on what's it called? Over on YouTube. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna have to set the parameters for you guys if you want the pickle time. I'm gonna have to set the parameters. I'm gonna give you on the YouTube. I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, pickle time is winning by a lot. Oh, I haven't given the parameters yet for what you're gonna have to do in order to get it. I ain't tell you yet what you're gonna have to give up to get it. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, if you are a Trump supporter, I really, really want to talk to you all. So if you are a Trump supporter, go ahead and get in the box. Let's have a conversation. All right. It's not hard, I promise. I'm nice for the most part. I just ask that you be factual and don't rely on your feelings. Your feelings annoy me. I'm just gonna let you know that. Don't think this person is a Trump supporter. No. Okay, that person dropped. All right, if you're a Trump supporter, go ahead and get in the box. Go ahead and get in the box, and yeah, let's have a conversation. So let me see here. There's something I wanted to talk about. I pulled it up. Oh, yeah, guys. So here's the thing. All right. So I know that the e-files have been dominating the headlines and, of course, the shutdown and all of that stuff. But what we can't forget about is the fact that the Trump administration is still blowing up boats in the Pacific Ocean and also in the Caribbean Sea. They're still blowing up boats. All right. So far, all right, what they've done is they've blown up 20 boats, all right, and about 80 people have been unalived. And we still have no evidence whatsoever that these people were participating in narco terrorism. None whatsoever. But here's the crazy part, because they're claiming that they can't, that the Coast Guard can't do this. All right, that the Coast Guard can't interdict these vessels, right? But that's a bullshit. A bullshit. Yes. A bullshit. Like that kid would say. Yes, yes, yes. So here is the deal with that. All right. The Coast Guard has actually like basically interdicted. So they've captured, confiscated more of the sugar booger within the last year than they have over any fucking decade. That is insane. That is insane. They literally done that. I want to read this article. It's from the AP, and it's going to go over this with us. It's going to go over this because I just think that this is Donald Trump taunting Venezuela. All right. They are indiscriminately. That is correct. I think this is him taunting Venezuela to basically act so that they strike first against the U.S. because there's no way in hell that if this were ever brought before like the international courts or even, you know, a military court, that these unalivings would be held up. They just simply can't be. There's no way for it to be held up. Because when you look at all of the factors, what you get is that they haven't told us anything. Yes, Quentin. Fly, Eagles, fly. Fly, Eagles, fly. But yeah, they haven't told us anything. They haven't proven anything. And like we literally, at least one person, and one is enough. One person was identified as a fisherman. The gentleman from Colombia whose boat was blown up on the 15th of September. Alejandro Carranza, identified as simply a fisherman who was experiencing engine trouble and had sent out a distress signal. So there's that.
What's going
They
on?
have
Auntie?
nothing.
What's
You
going
came in
on?
hot.
I'm already knowing what's
Why you-
going on.
Why?
What you mean? Why? I can't say what's good.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
You're 19. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
You seem very, very excited and eager.
of course.
Why?
Because I'm popping onto a live. You know what I mean?
No.
I can't be excited to hop on a live.
Why?
Why you
Why
look
are you
so
so
shocked?
excited? Why are you so
So
excited?
he's a child.
I'm
So
not
I'm a
shocked. I'm
child for
perplexed.
getting excited to talk to somebody.
Pay
Am I-
attention
that-
to
that's
me.
because I'm a
Don't pay
child, is that
attention
what I
to the
mean?
chat. The chat is
Nah, I'm already
going to
knowing. They
destroy
call me a
you.
child. I'm saying that's what I'm saying. No, they won't.
They're going to destroy
talking
you.
about?
They're not nice.
No, they won't.
You got to focus.
It's all good.
Did you
I
actually vote?
continue. Yeah. What you mean? Did I actually vote? What you talking
Who would you
about?
vote for?
Obviously Trump.
Yeah, like it is
The
actually quite
GOAT.
obvious.
And why is that?
Why do you still support Trump?
No, hold on. My question is, why is it obvious?
It was the behavior.
What
want
was
you-
wrong with my
I wish-
behavior?
He was really, really excited, like really eager. It wasn't. It was given
So
that
are
you
you
were about to
saying
say something. It was given that you were
Democrats
about to
aren't
say
excited to talk?
something. No, it's giving you was about to say something like you about to slur.
What was I about to say?
Or you were about to say that you
Oh,
voted for
hell
Trump
no.
because you wanted a
Yeah, of course I
stimulus
did.
or something.
Nah. Nah, I
Mhm.
just think what he
Okay.
doing is right. Except obviously I don't like him as a person. Obviously he's done some crazy shit. Obviously, there no questions asked. You know what I mean? But I just believe that he would be a great leader than Kamala. You know what I mean? Because
Kamala. But you got it.
Yeah,
you
that's-
think that he would be
is
a
that not what
better,
it is?
that he could do a better job than Kamala Harris would have.
exactly that's what I'm trying to say. So
Do you think that
When-
Kamala Harris would have gone against the Constitution of the United States of America?
yeah, of course.
As a former attorney general for the state of California, so a person who does, in fact, know not just her state's constitution, but the nation's constitution, you think that she would win after the Constitution?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And you know what? I can't say whether or not she would factually. What
And
I
why
can
is that?
say is that I don't believe that she would have. Oh, because she's not the president. But what I do know is that Donald
Mm.
Trump has gone after the Constitution. He definitely went out the due process. He has floated getting rid of habeas corpus. For what reason? We don't know.
Mhm.
Also, he's attacking birthright citizenship, and he's trying to figure out how to run for a third term. All of these
Mm.
things go against our Constitution.
What do you think about the ICE raids? Like, do you think it's good or do you think it's bad?
The ICE raids, no, the ICE raids are definitely being conducted wrong. Like they're being conducted
And how
wrongly,
so?
and because they're doing it without warrants, and also they are endangering and harming people in doing so. They're
How?
literally like ramming into people's cars. They're detaining American citizens.
I mean, they are here
Like, what are we
illegally,
doing?
so what do you want them to do?
American
You know what I
citizens are
mean?
here
Just come and say
illegally?
hi. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to come with me. They're obviously gonna come over there with some sort of aggression.
American citizens are here illegally?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
No
I
one
just
said
want to
that.
make sure that we're following each other. That's all. Okay,
Yeah, of
so
course.
who's here illegally?
Obviously, immigrants, like obviously
Huh.
people that
I have a
travel
question.
without. Yeah, I got you.
Is asylum seeking legal here in the United States of America?
Repeat that. My fault. My headset cut out.
It's okay, love. Is asylum seeking legal here in the United States of America?
Of course.
It is, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if that is the case, why is Donald Trump
You
going
peeping
after
the
people?
people 267. My fault. Continue. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad.
Okay.
You're right. My bad.
Why is Donald Trump going after people seeking asylum then? Why is he doing that? Why is he arresting people? Why is
Because
he
he's a smart
having
person.
ICE arrest people at their immigration hearings? Why is he having clerks and immigration judges cancel immigration hearings themselves? Like, and not informing the people so when they show up, they arrest them for being in the country illegally.
Because he's a smart person, you know what I mean? And he gets the job done. That's what I'm saying. He gets the
Oh
job
my God,
done.
this is crazy. This is wicked work.
What
What
you mean
job
this
is
is
being
crazy?
done? What job is being done though? That's the thing.
Getting the illegal immigrants out of our country.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. I want you to think really, really hard about it, and I want you to try to back it up with like some statistical
Yeah, I got
data,
you.
some type of analysis, something that we all can work with and we all can look into. All right. So what? I'm trying.
Yo.
You're 19. I'm like I'm old and I'm trying. Okay, I'm old and I'm trying. What? What is the negative? So, what is the net negative of undocumented immigrants in the United States of America?
Repeat that one more time.
Oh my God, boy!
I thought my headset keep coming out. I don't understand what's going on. Like it keeps cutting and stuff. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Hold on one moment. Hold on. Let me tell you.
He's saying, I don't hate you.
Right.
I just hate all of the choices that you make. Because those are the choices that bitch ass niggas make.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. So
That's all. That's all. The fuck? What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing here? Like seriously. The fuck? What was I supposed to do with that? What was I supposed to do? I don't know what I was supposed to do with that. But anywho, I did forget to close the poll over there on the TikTok, and not TikTok, but on the tube. But Pickle Time won. Pickle Time won by a landslide. This is an actual landslide. Dad Jokes got 29% of the vote, and Pickle Time got 71% of the vote. All right. Now that's what we call a landslide. So there's that. All right. Chica, no, Chica. Absolutely not. No, get out of the box. You do not get to come back. No, try again in the daytime. Try again in the daytime. That's all I got for you. All right. So here's the thing. Pickle Time has parameters. Like you can get me to do dad jokes for a fucking pack of now liters. But Pickle Time has parameters. All right. So with Pickle Time, what we want to do is it's 9:56 my time. So I'm going to give it until 10:30 because I already told I told Shauna specifically. I did tell Shauna because she's like my head mod. So I told Shauna that I don't mind being here for a long time. All right. So that's what we're doing. We're going to be here for a minute. So I'm going to give you guys until 10:30 my time. All right. That could be 11:30 your time, 9:30 your time, or 12:30 your time. Whichever part of the country that you're in, it's the next 30 minutes. Okay. So with that being said, let's get this up to 350,000 likes, 350,000 likes. Let's knock out the good nights. And then I'll set one manifestation goal. And yeah. And then guess what we'll be able to do? We'll be able to do some Pickle Time. So let's go. And if you voted for Donald Trump, go ahead and get in the box. Go ahead and request up and let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. All right. Let's talk about it. Let's go. Yeah. And then you know what we can do? We can do it. We can do it, guys. I believe in you. If you really want the pickle, I believe in you. All right. So over 400 people in here. I know we can do it. Also, I know we have some Trump supporters. All right. I want you all, like, you know what? I understand that you don't have a pair, but by all means, you definitely can grow a pair. You can. You can. You didn't have to do the B word. You could have just muted them. You shouldn't have to do the B word. But yeah, borrow a pair. All right. Go talk to, I guess, your lib friend and, you know, ask him, can you borrow, you know, some gumption, some courage, all right, some knowledge, perhaps, to be able to have a conversation and just request up, get in the box. I want to talk to you. So only looking for Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, I saw that. Go ahead and request up so that we can have a conversation. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Let's do it because I am in the mood and we are having fun because Trump supporters aren't serious people. Like, you're not serious people. This man calls in. Oh, by the way, guys, if I forget it, I'm so sorry. I got to get used to it. All right. If you don't want to request up on TikTok, we also have a call-in line. 347-280-3447 is the number. 347-280-3447. All right. You can call in and we can have that conversation. It'll be a 1v1, just a 1v1. All right. Also, if you are on the tube, make sure that you are subscribing and you're liking the stream. Let's make sure that we're subscribing and liking the stream, guys. I appreciate you all so very much. Let's keep doing all of the good things. And one of the most awesome things you can do is if you want to support the live, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everythingwitherica9@gmail.com. And if you only have Cash App, you can definitely send it over to Hector because he lets me use his and he also gives me the money. All right. So that's Hector Talks. Hector Talks with 2 R's, guys. Thank you all so very much for the kindness, the support, the encouragement, and most definitely the engagement. All right. And again, 10:30. We have until 10:30 to reach these goals. 10:30. 350,000 likes, and let's knock out the good nights. We have 16 of those to go. And, you know, yeah, we're going to have to go from there. All right. I told y'all, Pickle Time comes with stipulations. Literally, you can get me to tell dad jokes again for a fucking pack of ramen. I would tell a dad joke for free. Just want to let you know that. All right. But you all chose Pickle Time, and I'm going to hold you to it. So with that being said, guys, blacka, 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 blacka. Black, blacka, 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 blacka. No regrets. No regrets. No regrets. No regrets. No regrets. No regrets. No regrets at all. I feel good about that. But yeah, I did say I wanted to read that article with you because again, guys, like you go into every single live, like on the political TikTok or debate talk, whatever they call it. And people are talking about the e-files. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. I do care about the e-files, but there's a lot more that is happening. And what ends up happening is that because in the Trump administration, they flood the zone with so much information, so many different stories, that it's hard to actually focus. I'm going to keep talking about the stuff that may be falling behind the scene to the wayside so that we all can, you know, continue to be informed. That's just how I operate. And, you know, You know, but like there are a lot of creators out here who do a lot of talking about the e-files. Like when they're live, I definitely say go to their live and definitely support them. Do it. Do it. All right. But I'm not going to spend 50 minutes talking about the e-files because I just don't. But I am going to talk about this because I care about it because people are dying. Okay. Again, this is an article from the Associated Press. It is it was printed today, so it was posted today, I should say, the 15th. And let's see what it says. It says, in justifying American military strikes on boats suspected of smuggling schmugs, President Donald Trump has asserted that the longtime U.S. strategy of interdicting such vessels at sea has been a major failure. That's what he always does. When he doesn't like something, he calls it a failure. He says that it's not working. Even if it is working, he'll say that it's not working because that's just what he's a liar, is what he is. All right. And so it goes on to say he's Shauna, guess what time it is, Shauna? I get to read a quote. Yes. We've been doing that for 30 years and it's been totally ineffective. That's what he said. That's all he said. That's all he said. All right. I hope you all got that. And so, yeah. So thank you, April. Trump's comments came around the same time that the U.S. Coast Guard announced it has set a record for sugar booger seizures, a haul of 225 metric tons of the schmug over the previous year. That milestone, however, has not dissuaded the Republican president from upending decades of U.S. counter-narcotics policy. Record numbers, guys. 225 metric tons of the booger sugar is what our Coast Guard has been able to seize. And he says that the Coast Guard isn't doing their job. But Trump also can't tell us, all right, how much sugar booger, all right, he's blown up in the ocean. You know why? Because he blew it up. The motherfucker blew it up. All right? It don't exist. It's not there. What are we doing? He's literally just killing people, is what he's doing. And Trump supporters get on these darn panels and say, yeah, that's okay. It's okay because why do you want drugs coming into the United States? Motherfucker, we have a Coast Guard who literally has been doing their job, doing their big one. Like, what are we doing? And it's not just 40 people. It's about 80 people now. It's 80 people, 20 boats, 80 people. Anywho, let's keep reading, guys. Let's keep reading. All right. Links are in the bio. Susan, Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. And I also have a Zelle, everythingwitherica9@gmail.com, love. Thank you so very much. If you want to show love, by all means, hit up those links. Also, if you're on the tube, you can definitely send a super chat. Thank you all so very much for recognizing that this Black woman's labor ain't free. I appreciate y'all. Now, we continue. Trump's comments came around the same time. Oh, we already read that part. I got to remember where I was at. Okay, here we're right here. That didn't happen. Okay. Under Trump, the U.S. military has blown up 20 suspected smug boats, resulting in 80 deaths in the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. Trump and other top officials have contended that such boats are being operated by narco-terrorists and cartel members with deadly schmugs bound for America. Yeah. So just because he says it, it makes it true. Just because he says it, it makes it true. Yep. No evidence, nothing whatsoever. But Trump said it, so it's true. That's it. Okay, let's see here. All right. The strikes have generated international pushback from foreign leaders, human rights groups, Democrats, and some Republicans who have raised concerns that the United States is engaging in extrajudicial killings that undermine its stature in the world. Veterans of the drug war, I can't say schmug. Veterans of the schmug war, meanwhile, say U.S. resources would be better spent doubling down on the traditional approach of interdicting drug boats, especially in the long term. That is because crews of schmug boats frequently have valuable intelligence that can help authorities better target cartels and trafficking networks. Unalive men, they say, tell no tales. Is that true? Do the unalive tell no tales? I mean, Jeffrey's telling some tales, but yes, do the unalive tell no tales? That is correct. They can't talk because they're dead. So there's that. And so that's the thing. And that's it. Literally right there. Literally it right there is that they are doing this without any proof. Who knows who they've unalived thus far? 80 people. And is this going to continue on until Venezuela decides to strike back? What, like, are we going to have to, like, when is enough going to be enough, Trump supporters? All right, it's over 300 people. What, it's 300 people in here? All right, and none of you are Trump supporters, and none of you can even go up and come up here and have a conversation and explain to us how what Donald Trump is doing is not just the right thing, but it's the legal thing. That's what I want to know. That's truly it. That's what I want to know. Like, come up here and say something smart. Justify it. Like, make it make sense to all of us. That's what I want you all to do. Make it make sense to all of us. No, per Jeffrey's brother Mark, the Bubba in question is not Bill Clinton. That's what he told Newsweek. And he doesn't remember who Bubba actually is. I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. I mean, Honor, he talked about Honor Palmer's Palmer. He did like this to a microphone. He gave a hand job to a microphone. Like, maybe the man just like, he might like dick, okay? And that's okay. If he does, he does. Who cares? Who cares? Okay? Maybe that's why Melania don't like holding his hand in public. I don't fucking know. And she don't like kiss him on the lips either. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But, whatever. I was talking about something. Anywho, let's get back to the boats. All right. So pretty much the rest of the article actually just goes into a history of the Coast Guard. I'm not sure if you guys are interested in hearing that, but we'll say that the Coast Guard's recent record of Sugar Booger seizure was actually 40%, well, about 40% higher than the past decade's annual average. That means in 1 year, they seized more powder than they have over a 10-year span. And he is saying that the Coast Guard is not doing their job. That is a failure. The way that we've been doing it is a failure, but the numbers don't lie. One thing I want Trump supporters to actually understand is that men lie, women lie, numbers don't. These numbers aren't lying to you. All right, unless they're coming from the Bureau of Labor Statistics under the Trump administration, then the numbers are not lying to you. Oh, I'm pulling a Chica. My headset fell off. Oh, you guys got 20 minutes. We got, what do we have? Oh, shit. Damn. Y'all got 105,000 likes to go in 20 minutes. I ain't getting no pickle time. Also, you guys have, what are we looking at? We have 9 of the good nights to go and 1 manifestation goal. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. That's all I wanted to know. What's up, Fuzzard? You can come up, Fuzzard. Ba-dum-ba-ba-dum-bum. Hey, Fuzzard, what's up?
Hey, first of all, for 60 years old, you look freaking phenomenal.
I do not thank you. It's because I drink water and mind my business somewhat.
Well, black don't crack. I'm convinced of that.
Unless you smoke it.
So, anyways, I'm glad you're talking about these Venezuela boats. I have been talking about this. I preach it. I go on and on about it. This is the craziest stuff I've ever heard. You understand? From Venezuela to the closest shore in the United States is almost 2,500 miles.
Yep.
These boats, the estimated amount of gasoline they have is about 150 miles. What are we doing? It
I don't
blows
know.
my mind.
I don't know. They, no, what they say is, oh, they're stopping at the islands to refuel. No, the fuck they're not. No, they're
Where?
not.
What islands?
Exactly. Where are they exactly stopping at? Where are they stopping? Because you can't just stop. You can't just stop.
Can you imagine going out? You got your little, you got your sister or your daughter or something out on the tube behind you, and you're speedboating across it. Also, boom, gone.
Exactly.
Gone.
Like, we just literally went out for a boat ride, and then boom.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
that's crazy.
hey,
The fuck? Cause oh my God, Fuzzer, like you woke up, it was a beautiful day outside, and you said, "Hey friends, let's go take a boat ride." You didn't know that was gonna be the day that you were just, gonna die.
That's what's happening. Like you said, they have the Coast Guard. We can pull up alongside them and say, "Hey, what do you got going on?" We have this wonderful thing called the Navy. We can pull up alongside them and say, "Hey, what's going on?" The two people that have survived one of these strikes, we let them go back to their country. Why? Because there was nothing there. There were two survivors of one of these strikes, and we just put them back in their own country because there was nothing there.
Sorry, I have a gummy worm in my mouth. I like the gummy worms. These things
I don't blame you.
I love these things. They're fantastic.
I've got a gummy worm that I enjoy, but I just
Fuzzard.
What?
Let me get Johnny over here. Behave yourself.
My favorite
Behave.
gay man. Do you know
Behave
Johnny's coming to
yourself.
see me? You know Johnny's coming to see me,
He
right?
is? Awesome.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
He doesn't know he's going to see me. He's coming to my state, and he will end up seeing me. He doesn't know this yet.
Consent matters. I just want to let you know that. With that being said, Fuzzard, with that being said, I just had a thought. I had a thought about something. Oh, the pretzeling. So what Trump supporters do in regards to this is they literally will twist themselves to the point that they're in knots and they can't undo them, because they will say what the two gentlemen, the one that was sent back to Ecuador and the other to Colombia, is that we normally send them back. When we catch them at sea, we send them back. Yeah, when we interdict their vessels and the Coast Guard confiscates, the booty. I call it the booty. It's a Jake and the Pirates thing. I just started it last night. I call it the booty, So when you confiscate the booty, right? And, then they'll send them back. But Trump is saying that these people are terrorists. That's a whole different ball game. Whenever the United States catches terrorists, what we do is we
T people. You're sucking this.
I say the word here.
Thing.
No, I say the word. When we catch terrorists, we bring them back to the United States. They are charged, they are arraigned, and they are definitely prosecuted to the fullest extent of our law. And so for him to send them back, that says a lot, because that means that he had no evidence of them being involved in any type of narco terrorism that would actually hold up in court. They even said it themselves. They said that we don't have to provide proof. We just have to prove that it's a loose connection to narco terrorism.
Yeah, it blows my mind. And you have right now Colombia saying we're not going to give you any more intel. Mm-hmm. You have the EU saying, "Hey, you're not getting any more intel from us either."
And the UK.
And the UK, right? Yeah, these are people that are just saying no more intel from us. What
we can't operate that way. We need
to figure out, right? And the thing is, me and you, and I'm so glad you're talking about this. Yeah, I'm talking about the files too. I don't let the files go. But this to me is like, holy shit! Why aren't we making this a big thing?
Holy smokes, Batman! Like,
Yeah,
I don't think that
exactly.
there's enough. No, holy shit is fine. I just wanted to say holy smokes Batman for some reason. I just enjoy saying it.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
They it makes it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And I just feel like with a lot of things in this year, we just stopped talking about it. Like, when's the last time you seen a big story about ICE?
Right.
Think about it.
It should be everything gets buried because there's so much.
Exactly. Because their focus recently has been the shutdown and SNAP benefits. And what they
Right.
were doing to try to bury the SNAP story, because Trump did take that all the way to the Supreme Court, by the way. But what they were trying to do to bury that story was they started talking about the air traffic controllers. They started making the airports the issue.
Yeah. The woes me on the air. Right. This man went to the Supreme Court, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
went to the Supreme Court to say, don't feed our citizens.
Yes. Yes. He
That
did.
literally what he did. And the Supreme Court took his side.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
disgusting.
Unfortunately, they did take a side. They allowed him to issue the partial benefits. And I mean, what are we doing
whole-
here? When you I get so angry with the friggin' Democrats, like get fuzzered. I get so angry with them because, like, bruh, we got nothing. The fucking government could still be shut down. I'm sorry, but like, the government could still be shut down, and we literally could be at the negotiation table right now, making the darn going Republicans agree to extending the subsidies. Because we got nothing from this. Do you know what they put on the table now, Fuzzer, in order to get the subsidies?
You're talking about the $500,000 per.
No, the House is gonna take that out. The House Republicans don't like that, so that's gonna go bye-bye. It's gonna go bye-bye. I'm talking about a national ban on AB. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I heard about that. Yes.
Yeah,
I
they
heard
want-
that was
Mm-hmm.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, they want to
This-
expand the Hyde Amendment so that, like, basically, because they're saying that the subsidies are tax money. And so basically, if you have a policy and you're receiving that subsidy, then your policy, because that's tax money that is paying a
We should be
portion of your,
upset.
no, government money, I should say, government money that is paying a portion of your premium, then you can't use your insurance to pay for an abortion. That's what they're trying to
That-
say.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
Yep.
Dude, what kind of world do we live in right now?
I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure. And if you voted for this, like, fuck you. That's all I got. If you voted for this, seriously, fuck you.
You want to move to Greece with me? I hear Greece is beautiful.
Is their economy doing better?
It's doing better than it was because I actually I looked into moving to Greece a few years ago,
Okay.
and it wasn't shit. It was scary, but it's doing a lot better now than it was.
I have a question.
So-
I have a question.
My cat just farted and it stinks, but go ahead.
And you just sold me on a no. I was gonna ask, are you paying all the bills? But then you said you
I'll do
mentioned
my
the cat.
best.
Can't do it. Can't do it. I'm
No,
not
I'll
a
get
fan
rid of the
cats.
cat.
You
Are
can't
you
get rid
kidding
of the
me?
cat. The cat was there first. What are we doing?
No, the cat's he's old. He's like 7 years old. He's gone.
Bruh.
You're only 60.
Fucking Fuzzer. Fucking Fuzzer. Oh my God. Fucking Fuzzer.
All right,
All right,
I'm
I
gonna
was
let you go.
You are ridiculous, Fuzzer. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're not
I love
following
you.
Fuzzer. I do too. You're the best, Fuzzer. Follow Fuzzer because he's hilarious. He's hilarious. He
Yeah.
pops up all the time with Johnny, and he's awesome. Thank you, Fuzzer. You have a great night. You
I
can drop
try.
yourself.
Thank you. Have a good
Of
night.
course, my love. Fuzzer is hilarious. All right. I guess, yeah, if you have a, yeah, I'll go to Greece though. I will definitely go to Greece. I like their food. I like Mediterranean food. I do. Susan, I think you have an echo.
Um, I'm goodness, you brought me up. Sweetheart, I'm seriously a coward. I can't believe I'm up here. The way things work in my life, I'm not drawn to things unless it's for a reason. I'm so scared right now.
Take
So
your
I,
time.
I got to you from first Parker, then Dean, then Santana, and I have no black females in my life. I'm
Who's
trying to
Santana?
support you. Yeah, I'm trying to like. Do you have a Cash App? I don't like Venmo. I don't like those other things. And I just want to have a little mini voice with you outside of this platform because I'm super smart,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm broke. But that doesn't mean that I don't matter. And I'm like a we type of person.
A what type of
Um,
person?
we like if I do
Oh,
good, then we all
we
do
do
good.
good. Oh, I like that.
And I guess that's called socialism.
Yeah, pretty much it is. It is.
Yeah, and that's bad. Ugh.
It's
Um,
not. Socialism
but
is great.
but for the gutter for the black female to
You
have a
say black
voice.
woman.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't want to be socially incorrect either. Man, I can't believe I'm up here and I'm
You're
singing.
doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
I'm just trying to be acceptive and inclusive of everybody,
I
and then
understand.
to listen to people saying you're American, and then you have the audacity to just be an individual. How about you leave? Okay. Let's rewind and let's just go to supporting you. If I can just get a drop in the bucket outside of this platform, and then I can give you all of I got so many amazing ideas. I have had inventions 10 years before they came out. I got some right now. That would be great. I want to just support you and talk to you outside of here. If you trust me, if you don't think I'm crazy, I can boost us all.
Okay. All right. So let me answer both of your questions. All right. The first one is if you like to support, because I
Yeah,
don't have a
Cash
Cash
App.
App, I use my friend's
No?
Cash App. It's Hector Talks with 2 R's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
so
him. I know
yeah.
that one. I can go there.
Yeah, you just let him know that it's for me, and he'll send it over. Unlike
And
other people, he gives me the money. Also, one more thing to answer your second question. All right. If you would like to send me some ideas, my inbox is always open. All right. It may take me a while to read it, but it is always open. Or you can just inbox Santana. Either way it works.
Okay. Inbox. So I'm 55. I just turned 55. So I don't understand. Cause when I'm on your profile, I click your picture and then it takes me to and then I'm supposed to find something else to click there. I can't find it.
Oh, it's okay. But I don't have a Cash App, so that's why. So you can definitely use Hector's Cash
Hector.
App. Yeah, Hector. So Hector Talks with 2 R's.
And then I can also in that message send like some little private, I have no problem giving up all of my ideas to help us.
I have an email. I have a business email. If you have pen and paper, I'd be happy to give it to you right now.
I got my blood pressure thing right here. I'm ready.
All right, one moment.
Thank you so much, Erica. You're gonna be the first black female that's intelligent. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, well, thank you for that. All right. Let me know when you're ready to copy.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. It's going to be Santana Late Night at gmail.com.
SANTANA.
Late Night
LATE. And there's no underscores or anything in there
No, ma'am.
at Gmail?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you so much, Erica.
All right.
Goodness,
Also,
I hope
Mhm.
I have faith. Thank
you
you.
do have faith. You do. You keep the faith. All right. Please do, because that's we got hope and a dream, right?
And it's not in that black book.
No, not at all. No, we're gonna need something new.
Thank you.
All right. I
Yeah.
appreciate
Thank you
you,
so much.
Susan. Of
And
course,
it's
love.
also
Have-
female. It's also female governing. I guarantee
Yes.
you, there's
Yep,
blackmail and all those sexual issues going on up there. Ugh, we're governed by men who can't control their members.
Oh yeah, the
Okay.
nasty men. Yeah, they just
Yeah.
nasty.
Thank you so much.
But
Thank
Susan,
you.
of course, Susan. Thank you, love. You have a great night. Thanks for coming up.
You as well.
All right. Bye.
Yeah.
You did good. You did good. Draw some hearts in the chat for Susan, y'all. Draw some hearts in the chat for Susan. She did good. Good job, Susan. She did good. All right. And guys, you got 3 minutes. Oh my God, you're not getting pickle time. That's crazy. That's crazy. I believe in you. I believe that you can get to 350,000 likes. And I believe that you can send 8 good nights and a manifestation goal within 3 minutes. I do. I believe in you. You got this, champ. You got it. What, Shauna? Jeez, I do believe in them. They can do it. Power tap that screen. Power tap. Tap the screen, y'all. Tap the screen. Anywho, all right. I think I have the energy for one more. So if you are a Trump supporter, go ahead and request up and let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. All right, let's do it. Oh no, we don't get dad jokes. No. So now we get dad. No. What you get is me ending the live and going to take an evening nap is what you get. Unless my friend is still alive. And if my friend is still alive, then we can go over there. Matter of factly, I'm about to see about that. Let's see here. Boom. There we go. Oh, I know where I'm gonna go. Never mind. It is his first night back though. So trying to figure out where I should go. Do I go to my bestie? Or do I go to my bestie? I have too many besties. Because we're not getting pickle time. I just want to let you all know that. We're not. Because y'all know me. I'll shut the shit down. So with that being said, I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out who I wanted to the raid to. It's over 290 people here. All right. Black women first. Let's go say hi to Kiana. All right. Guys, it's different over there. Y'all better behave yourselves. All right. Also, you better put your seatbelts on. Okay. And y'all should have voted for dad jokes. All right. You learned a lesson tonight. Always go for dad jokes. All right. But let's go say hi to Kiana because I love her. That's my twin. All right. So let's do that. And Kiana funny as fuck too. Okay. So All right. Go over to Kiana's and drop in the chat baked beans. She fucking loves baked beans. So let's go to Kiana. It's right here. Kiana 0618. All right. Is right there on the screen for you. All right. Right there on the screen for you. Kiana W0618. And go drop in the chat and say baked beans. Baked beans. All right. So with that being said, guys, all right, do want to give you all an update. All right. Two things. The donation for the friends and service here out of Santa Rosa is going to be made tomorrow morning. All right, so I'm making that donation tomorrow morning. Receipts will be posted in the Discord because, guys, I don't want you to think that I bought a BMW or a community garden or hell, even a bus. All right, with your gratitude, okay, with your kindness, your generosity is the word. All right, I don't want you to think I bought a bus or anything like that with it. So I'm posting that receipt tomorrow in the Discord. So there's that. We're also picking our final food bank that we're going to be fundraising next Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for. Looking forward to doing that. All right. Because the week after that is Turkey Week. All right, Turkey Week, and I can't wait because at the food bank we're going to be handing out the boxes like the turkeys and the like the stuffings and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to that. They say it's the busiest week of the year, so I really am looking forward to that. Anywho, guys. With that being said, thank you to everyone who tapped the screen, who shared the live. What else did you do? Sent a donation, who sent a gift. Shauna, I don't know why you're requesting, but I'm not gonna show up. So much. I'm ending. All right. Go say hi to Kiana and drop those baked beans in the chat. Drop baked beans in the chat because she absolutely loves them. All right. And I love her. I do. Shout out to Kiana. Kiana W0618. Kiana W0618. So, guys, as always, I'll leave you with this. If you can't do something kind for yourselves, please do something kind for someone else. Y'all take care of yourselves. Keep